with your boy 24 Fusion Media, Vigilante Williamson, the Fat Steven Seagal, and yours truly, the humble Baron Norman Tag, your announcer. It's Sunday. It's fun day. Right here, right now. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We need all the love we can get. Let your friends know, especially ones you don't like. And without any further ado, the man of the hour, the tower of power, 24/7 Fusion Media.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy 24/7 here with Baron Norman Tag, and we are the Primetime Kings. We'll be joined by the other Kings, Vigilante Williamson, and hopefully Fat Steven Seagal. Because he's doing some good things right now, reporting on what's going on over there in Canada. So always want to support my brother, Fat Steven Seagal. We love you, brother. And hopefully we see you tonight. But if we don't, we understand.
Got all that honking in his ears right now.
There you go. There you go. Other than that, shit, my brother right here, Baron Norman Tag. Hey, man, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Happy to be here. Sunday is the fun day. I always look forward to this, man. There's always a bright spot in my day.
There you go.
Getting to hang and chill with my friends, my brothers.
Appreciate that.
And, of course, you can't forget those guys. I mean, on my computers, they're right over there, the chat. So wherever the chat is, chat's down there, chat's over there, chat's up there. Who knows? Wherever you guys are, the chat.
There you go. So with that, definitely would like to say what's up to Lord Thoth. What's going on, brother? Great to have you here. Zachariah 315. There you go, man. Great to have you here too, man. Pat S. What's going on, man? Hopefully everything's good with y'all. Sit Room. What's going on, pimp? Punk Waddle. What's up, Punk? What's going on, man?
Hail, Punk Waddle.
Yeah, Punk Waddle, man. Sentient Dildo. Bzz, bzz, bzz. There you go, man. What's up, colonizers? Colonizers. Oh, shit. Hey, man. Sentient's awesome, man. We love Sentient, man. Bzz, dildo, yup.
Just because he fills himself up with bees doesn't mean that makes him a dildo.
There you go.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Man. Shit, everybody saying what's up to each other, man. That's good, man. Yeah, just was in the back getting things together, talking to Baron about a couple things, man. Didn't mean to be 10, 15 minutes late, but who's counting, right?
Hey, 24. We're fashionably late. Fashionably.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Fashionably.
Yeah, but it wasn't on purpose, man. It was just trying to talk about a couple things before we start. That way, we can have a good flow going on. So normally we would actually go ahead, brother.
How do I look, by the way? How do I look? The long suffering got me one of these ring lights, so I hope I'm not too flushed out. Am I too bright?
No, you're good, man. You're good. Okay. It looks like you got some bright. You can actually probably tone it down because you got a.
Got it. How's that?
That's maybe a little too much.
More?
Just up a niche.
Well, this is up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's. It's like it's like now you're illuminated, but not to the point where you had like shine coming off of you, like it was so bright that you was reflecting.
Because I'm angelic, that's why.
Nah, there you go, man. Nah, but you're looking good, man.
Great. There we go. Just want to make sure. Trying out for the first time, right on this show, right here.
No, you good, man. Shit. Well, normally, we normally would either either start up with a conversation about something and kind of roll with it, or we would have some articles to kind of go through. There's a few we can touch on if you guys are interested on hearing a few things. I know there was an interesting article in Variety, right, where James Gunn was talking about the season finale of Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And what was interesting was finding out that the whole part of, like, let's say, because in case anybody doesn't know, spoilers, if you're fucking a Peacemaker fan. But what happened was that Aquaman, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, The Flash, the Justice League shows up in the last episode of season 1, all the way at the end. And Fusion got subbed by Blade Zone. Well, thank you, Blade Zone. Thank you for subbing. And I also got subbed by Gary Cassell. Gary, I thought you were subscribed already, brother. But you know what? Yeah, it looks like that's his personal account. So okay. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, he's
also way YouTube acts. And I hate to say this.
No.
Gary's from
he's great dude, man. With Pop Culture Minefield.
Oh,
him and
now
him and Keith.
Sorry,
yeah.
Gary.
That's why, Gary, that's my man right there, man. Oh man, he's fucking awesome, man. Blade Zone is Gary. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's damn. So you subbed as Pop Culture Minefield, Blade Zone, and Gary, but it's all the same person. You know what, man? I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Because to be real, I got 2 accounts, man. I got one with my actual government name, and then the second one with 24/7 Fusion Media. And everybody that I'm sub to, they get 2 subs from me. So Pop Culture Minefield, Baron Norman Tag, everybody that's in the chat that has a channel. If I know that you got a channel and I'm sub to you, you got 2 subs from me. Why? Because on regardless of which account I'm on, I won't miss shit. That's the only reason why I do that, because I really try to support as best as possible, the channels that I'm subscribed to. And I know that if I'm subscribed to you, I love your shit. I want, I don't want to miss out having it on one channel, and then I got a whole nother account that shit. If I'm on one account more than the other, the hell, I'm missing out. Either way, so I make sure that I'm subscribed 2 times to everybody, so I don't miss out on shit.
I try to do the same thing with mine too. You got 2 of mine. My dead name, and of course Baron Norman Tag.
Yo, hold on a second. Son.
You're at 665 right now. So you got 1 more, and you got the devil's number. Man.
Shit. Actually, 2 days ago I was at 666. Yeah, and then a couple hours passed. I looked again. It was at 664. So, yeah, and then so now it's like, but it's all right, man. My goal's 700 at this moment, man. And then after 700, reach it for 1,000. Sent you a DM. All right, I'll check it out after the show. I appreciate that, man. Vigilante Williamson, what's up, brother? Says, hey all, I'll be a little late, no shock, but I'll be there. Thank you, man.
The hell you say?
Yeah, that's my
refresh. Okay, I'll refresh there, Pat. Let me refresh on that one.
Blade Zone.
And yeah, 670. Okay, so I got properly chided on the air by Pat S. Thanks, Pat. But yeah, you're 670, man.
Damn, that's the farthest I've gotten so far. Shit, I'm shocked as fuck, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank everybody. Shit, can't do it without y'all. That's for sure, man. So Thank y'all, man. Fuck, 670 here. All right. Hopefully it doesn't go down, but man, I'm thankful to at least have gotten this far. So appreciate y'all, everybody. Pop Culture Minefield says, "Shut up, Blade Zone." Look at that. Ain't you look, dude? You. I'm talking. I feel you, man. Love Gary, man. It's fucking awesome.
Go ahead, I had a multi-personality problem.
Pop Culture Minefield. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Send an invite if you like the 24/7 Fusion Media. All right. Yeah, let me I'll come send you something here in a minute. But at least let me I was looking at what was going on, with this article that I was telling y'all about. Mm-hmm. So basically, at the end of Peacemaker, you have the Justice League show up, but the behind the story, the behind the scenes story is fucking tripped out. So what happens is Peacemaker, by the time that whole Justice League showing up at the end of the last show of the season, all that was already filmed. So when James Gunn had the idea to do it, he was doing Guardians of the Galaxy, and Ezra Miller is a part of the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He has a part in there. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's in there. But while he's filming this and he has Ezra Miller in the studio, he decides to do the Peacemaker ending. Marvel Studios lent him the equipment and everything for him to film the end of Peacemaker.
Wow. That is shocking. I have to sit back and say, here he is on a Marvel film. This is for a DC project.
Right.
You wouldn't have heard that 5 years ago.
Right. That was Marvel Studios allows James Gunn to film. See, the thing is, from what I understand is Ezra Miller, and Jason Momoa, of course, when they do that last scene, they're sitting there and they're talking to each other, but they filmed it both separately.
Right.
So they actually weren't in the same place doing it. So he filmed and they're sitting there talking to each other, but they weren't, it was filmed separately. And the way I guess he queued it up, it seemed like, it looked like they were both in the same, in the same place talking to each other. That's not how it was filmed. So not only did he do that, but he filmed some, that Peacemaker and the Justice, all that shit. He filmed that. He filmed Ezra Miller's part using Marvel Disney equipment, man. He's sitting there filming it on their stage, the whole shit. They told him, I don't know if they did it as a favor or they knew he wanted to do it and they said, go ahead and go for it.
Do you think it might have been something to appease when they fired him from doing the next Guardian of the Galaxies? Everybody stood up and said, no, we want him back, including Chris Pratt.
I mean, it could have been that. It could have been them, or it could have been to where it's like they want to solidify a better relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
So even though this might be his last Guardians of the Galaxy, they might still have, they still might want him to basically do their space. Because look, Marvel has a whole deal of heroes that only rock in space.
Mm-hmm.
Same as DC,
right.
But it might be to be like, hey, look, it's like, or maybe for them thanking him for all the everything he's done for him on the Guardians of the Galaxy side of shit, because he also helped make other movies in Marvel that he's gotten credit for, but the credit, like, you don't really, if you're not looking for it, you don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But he did more than just Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3. He has a bigger hand in what was going on in the Marvel universe. So in order to kind of keep him still in the fold and let him know, hey, look, we're on your side or whatever the fuck, even though you're doing a DC project, hey, we'll let you use the equipment, film that shit, and make it happen.
Exactly. I mean, I'd love to see a decently done Green Lantern. I mean, you're talking about something that'd be, a DC movie in space. I'd love to see a decently done one of those.
Right.
Get on it, Gunn.
There you go.
I mean, one thing I said back, I know you got at least one issue of it back in the 80s. They did the Atari Force comic book series, which, of course, is a Warner's property, DC property, all across the board. And I always said, if you want to have DC's version of Guardians of the Galaxy, they should look at that. Even though it's not inside the hero universe, it would make a hell of at least a series, television, miniseries.
Actually, but then the Atari Force had, that was Atari also.
Right. Yeah. And
so of course, even though it was DC and Warner Brothers putting out the project back then, Atari was a monster. It was yeah. And I mean, even if you look at the main, like the leader, he had the Atari symbol on his chest.
Right.
And
all did.
Yeah, it was that shit was that was some good shit, man. Atari Force, it's funny that you mentioned that, because when you look at like old DC back in the Bronze Age, right around the time when they were doing like Atari Force, you had Atari Force, you had Rom was still coming, was still putting out shit. Of course, you had the Avengers.
Yep.
You had the Omega Men from DC Comics. Then of course, when you look at all your like your ragtag teams of mischiefs, type individuals, even like Guardians of the Galaxy, that's like the version that we see of them, that's like a new iteration of Guardians of the Galaxy. The original ones are completely different than that. Yeah, it's like fucking night and day.
In fact, even then, from the first generation to the second generation, there was a difference. There wasn't exactly the same from the first to the second. Of course, now nothing like any of the other ones. You demand a human Howard the Duck.
Sit room. We see some.
They tried Howard the Duck once. I hope they can do it right if they do it again. Little pond hopper.
Actually, Howard the Duck,
it wasn't a bad film. I liked it.
No, shit. I got like 3 copies of that motherfucker, man. I'm keeping one and I'm getting rid of the other 2. But besides the point, Howard the Duck, man, it was on point to a certain degree until it wasn't, man. It's like, yeah, him coming from that planet, all that other shit, him meeting, the chick, all that other shit, like all that was cool. But it got to the point where when the villain came in, all that like that part of that movie was what fucked it up, man. But as far as like the story itself of him getting there and acting up and like him and old girl almost fucking, and all that old good shit.
Oh yeah.
Boy, I was rooting for his ass. I was like, boy, go get it. I was a wild little kid, man. I'm being.
At that time, I'm sitting there going, "How can a duck get more lucky than me?" And that's how I was going at that time.
Yo, I mean, he was getting it in though, so I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, I liked Howard the Duck, and yeah, you're right. I mean, we get to a certain point, it's like just like Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. Once everything, I liked the movie up to the point that he took the helmet off, and it's like, okay, now we're lost. I watched everything up to that point. I turned it off. The long suffering turn thing goes. Aren't you going to continue watching? It's like I already saw the Judge Dredd film I wanted to see right there. I saw the Block War. I saw everything on that. That's all I needed. That's all I needed on that one. Hey, Jude Cannon, welcome on board. Punkwaddle, was there ever a good? The only Penguin I know of was Frobisher the Penguin in the Doctor Who comic books, and that was Marvel Comics in England. Good old Frobisher. He was actually one of my favorite. But then again, I'm kind of partial to penguins and otters. I like both. I was just telling my mom that today. Penguins and otters, I like them. Then the long suffering says, and squirrels too. I said, well, it's fun to watch the dogs go berserk when they see the squirrels. That's all I gotta sit back and say. But yeah, for Feige does need to have a healthy. I think they both need to have, even though they're competing. I do believe DC and Marvel need to make sure that uh, they are healthy, because if you start losing interest in superhero films, even if it's the other studio, it will affect yours as well. And DC, I hate to say, has not been doing as good a job in the movie industry lately than the Marvel has. I mean, they've got that formula. I'm not necessarily a big fan of it, but they do have that formula to grab people and bring them in.
Right. Sorry, I'm trying to send a link, man, and I'm fucking failing like a motherfucker. Yeah, man, that's
24 Fusion has the missing link. He's trying to find the missing link and get it out there. People have been looking for years for the missing link.
nah, but yeah, I'm trying to send a link to Pop Culture Minefield, but
Oh, sure.
I'm
And
yeah,
okay, and you're absolutely right there, Juice Cannon. DC has no clue what they're doing. They really don't. They're almost like they're trying to play catch up to Marvel. It's like, look what Marvel did. Well, maybe we can be like them. And whenever you're keeping up with the Joneses, and I've always sat back before about that. If you're in the game of trying to keep up with the Joneses, you're going to fail. You don't want to keep up with the Joneses. You want to surpass them. You want to have something out there to make their head swim. And if all you're doing is keeping up, it just means all you're trying to do is copy the formula, copy everything involved into it. They need to grab on and actually sit and think, what do we want to do? I have no problem with DC having the heroes all connected together and making appearances in each other's films. I mean, a Batman super film that's not them trying to beat the absolute snot out of each other would be absolutely fun to watch. A Green Arrow, a Green Lantern movie. I mean, God, can you imagine a Green Lantern, Green Arrow movie? Oh, like the old days?
yeah. I think that'd be yeah, that would be interesting, man. I mean, it'd be basically like good cop, bad cop kind of thing.
Right. And the funny thing is unfortunately he's passed away. You know who I thought would have made probably the best Green Arrow ever?
Who's that?
That would have been oh, now as I sit back and see it, I have from Jaws, the main actor in Jaws there.
You serious?
Yeah. Roy Scheider or whatever. Yeah. You put a mustache in a goatee. No,
I can't see it.
If you ever seen the movie where he played the dancer, the dance movie he did, he's got the
Nah.
mustache, the goatee. He looked just like Oliver Queen, and he has the muscles. He has to have the muscles.
Hey man, pull the picture up, man.
Well, I don't know. Let me take a look here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me hunt him down. Uh, let's see. No, I mean I am not kidding at all, not Jaw. Jaws, you mother stupid computer. Okay, so now we get in there. Jaws 1975. Roy Scheider. Let me find. Let me get into Roy Scheider here. And let's see if I can find a good picture of good old Roy Scheider when he was. I'm trying to remember what the heck that movie was he was in. It was All That Jazz. He was in All That Jazz. Okay, now I got All That Jazz. He was. It was.
Juice Cannon, what's going on, brother? Punk Waddle says, I think the Penguins in anime are better.
Oh, I think this is an absolute perfect picture of it right here. Just a second here. I think I found the absolute perfect picture of him on that one. Oh no, I don't want that. I want to. I want share, not settings. I hit settings. Can you imagine that? I'm just an idiot. I am a professional idiot, kids. Don't try this at home. So bring that up. I mean, look at that. He's got the mustache. He's got the goatee. Look at the look on his face. Doesn't that look like he could be Oliver Queen?
Hell no.
I am not kidding you.
No, hell no. Ain't no Oliver. Man, fuck no. No.
He could be Oliver Queen, man.
Man.
Oh, you kidding me?
Nah.
A great actor. Oh, I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat there, folks? Do you think that he could have pulled off Oliver Queen if they're doing like doing the movie of Green Arrow, like in the 80s?
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh, that sentient. Enough of you.
DC has a ton of interesting smaller heroes. They should give about five directors 50 to 100 mil each to make 5 movies at Baron Norman Tag. Oh, that's what's up. That's interesting, man.
Okay, I guess I'm the only one who thinks that he could have done Oliver Queen.
Queen, all right.
Yeah.
Well, like Oliver Queen.
yeah, I know. Why did I even come here? Look at the
attention just went in. Hey,
I know.
Hey, but nah, he don't look like no Green Arrow.
It's the same actor from Blue Thunder. Same actor. I think he could have done it. Remember, everybody said about Michael Keaton, for crying out loud. Everyone's saying that Michael Keaton couldn't have done Batman.
Yeah.
I still say Nicolas Cage couldn't have done. I don't think Nicolas Cage could have done Superman, though.
But they say that Nicolas Cage's Superman is supposed to be the Superman for Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That's supposed to be the Superman in his universe.
Mm-hmm.
Keith movie geek says DC should go big with Legion of Superheroes film. You know, actually, that's what Clobbering Times always says. Clobbering Times thinks that they should, but the thing is, the way they do Legion of Superhero comic books nowadays, well, Legion will be woke as fuck, man. Matter of fact, wait a minute, they are working on a Legion of Superheroes TV show or series or some shit.
I think is it live action or animated? Wait animated, isn't it though?
Nope. Wait a minute, I'm about to look it up now because I think I saw that shit about a month or two ago, and I was like, nah, fuck that. Like nobody is interested in that kind of shit because we already know what time it is. But now
I'm gonna take Oliver Queef down before I get mocked by the chat. Thanks for having my back, people. All the kind things I say about the chat, and look at them. They turn on me like yesterday's chicken burrito. You know.
Nah, the chat's awesome, man.
I know they are. You gotta love them. It's in my contract. I gotta love them. You know, I think they need to. You know what would actually be fascinating is if they would take a risk. Thanks, Juice. I think if they took a risk and actually did one of these superhero films and actually did throw that in the like World War II, just like they had. Oh, Gary's in, by the way. Gary's in the hole. Gary's in the hole.
In the hole.
Yeah, he's going to mock me now. He's in the hole. Oh, I forgot about that. Backdoor Gary.
Yeah, we're stopping that.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, brother?
From the order of management, yeah, we got to stop it. Because it doesn't positively impact our show. And if it doesn't positively impact, we had a big meeting about it. It's like, I guess we got to stop. Because I found it funny, but the fact is it's just not good for the show. And I don't give a shit what people think of me.
What's up, bro?
You did.
Not too much, buddy. If you didn't see my post, I'm sure Feige had no issue with that because a healthy DC is good for Marvel.
Right.
But look, I enjoyed that last episode. I laughed, but then I immediately was like, but come on, man. Fishfucker, and these are respected characters. So I don't know. Oh, Keith's in the audience. He's in the chat. Hey, Keith.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
So, but I don't want to overtake the show. I just wanted to come on and see how things are going. I'm in the middle of I'm trying to finish my G.I. Joe cover, and I'm failing.
Well, shit, man. Actually, you're gonna have to show that to me, man.
It's look. Come on, take the guy. I'm trying to give a treat to my dog. She's
like,
what do I do? I don't know what to do. There we go. It's going pretty well. I don't know. Let me pull it up real quick here. It's sideways. I'm drawing. I just forgot her name. The Baroness. So
the Baroness. All right.
Yeah, and so I'm using the classic blue suit, not the black leather.
Right.
And so I'm.
Yeah, I remember I remember the old school blue suit. I remember that. Yeah, it's been a long. I haven't seen that since she used it. Like when it comes to like any comic books that I've seen with her in it, because she normally has the black or even the white.
Mm-hmm.
But I am working on it right now because I'm like behind schedule on a lot of stuff. Let me see. I got to make sure I hide certain things because I can't have people seeing everything. Because I don't think IDW would like that if I showed all of the artwork. And let me rotate it. Image rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Because I'm right-handed, I have to rotate the art whenever I got to do feathering.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, when I'm drawing a face, I prefer to rotate it or even flip it so the face is always facing left.
Right.
Because it's easier with the way I draw to draw faces that way. So it's just one of those little techniques I've learned over the years that works digitally. And I got to flip the whole thing, mirror it. And image rotate, horizontal, boom, baby.
So what issue is it?
Issue 292. It'll be for March, so I got to really hurry here.
Oh wow!
I'm in a super rush. Let me tell you. I got to find because the vehicle's in there too. I'm always
so in case you guys. If you're into G.I. Joe, he's doing the cover for issue number 292. So,
yeah, you can keep an eye on it. If you want me to autograph it, you'll have to pay the postage, but I'll do it for you. I'll autograph the cover. All right, share screen. Sharing screen now.
There we go.
Who the fuck got Gary on the show? What the fuck are you guys?
What's going on, man?
Well, welcome, Stephen, from the third world country of Canada.
Why is my... Oh, there we go. I got my mic working now. But
as you can see, I did a Cobra version of that pod. And, of course, I threw a nod to the classic G.I. Joe there. Now, let's go ahead and make that invisible.
I feel oppressed
And
being under
there you can
Gary because I'm in a
see-
third world country.
And there you can see G.I. Joe, Baroness. Sorry, Stephen, I was trying to explain something because I don't want to share the screen for long. I don't want to get in trouble with IDW. And
I won't go.
And down below, we've got Duke punching Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander.
And they're on the flight deck of the USS Flag.
Ooh.
Damn. All right. That's some good shit, man.
My close-up of Duke there.
Huh.
So there we go. And, of course, that's Lady J kicking Baroness up there. And she's leaping off the Cobra vehicle. She hitched a ride.
Damn.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'm
that shit
hoping,
looks-
because Tom loved it. He loved my initial sketch, and so now I've just got to finish it. Now, Stephen, please feel free to finish whatever. I'm sure we're shitting all over me.
All I said is, since I'm in a third world country and Gary's on top of my avatar, I'm feeling extra oppressed right now. And then he fucking yells at me.
I didn't yell at you. I
Holy
spoke loudly over you.
Now that I am talking about this artwork here we have going on the cover, this is Baroness. I actually have the Baroness signed by the original voice actress.
Get the fuck out of here. What's scale's figure?
Oh, hold on, people. Hold on.
Yep. You already know. Hey, you already know what's up for Christmas, Steve.
Oh yeah, man. No, she's a lovely lady. I'm not giving Gary shit.
Well, yeah. We'll talk about this later.
All the time.
Hey, we'll talk about this later.
Family Feud.
No, it's all good, man. I love Steve.
In fact, Stephen complains about me being loud. You know?
Hey, Gary, I have a question for you though, man. Like, no bullshit.
Buddy.
Now, let's say let's say that Cobra Commander you were drawing, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's so fucking awesome, dude. And that's the blue suit. That's the blue suit.
It is.
Yup. Christmas time. Thank you, pimp. Appreciate you, man. Love
Very
you, Steve.
cool, Stephen.
Yeah.
I met her the same time I got the Vision and the Cops DVD signed by Dr. Bad Vibes because he also voiced Vision.
Oh, that's
I'm sorry for over talking you all. I'm sorry, Gary, for hurting your feelings so you don't get in trouble with IDW. I'm so very sorry. Hi, Keith. How are you? I'm also oppressed now. We can be brothers. Because he oppresses you.
I got to tell you what's going on there with you, man. Oh, fucking shit. And you know, Huffington Post warned way back in 2017 that Trudeau was potentially a tyrant. Go check it out. They fucking warned it. And I found it funny when a liberal magazine was calling out a leftist.
Let's put it this way. You know how everything's been going down in Ottawa with the police and everything?
Mm-hmm.
They should be ashamed of themselves. They really should.
There's something more beautiful. Calgary, Ottawa, and Toronto also had supportive parades.
I saw that one in Calgary.
And Quebec,
too.
And Quebec has a convoy already lined up as of last night, I believe. In Quebec. It's not over.
No,
God bless
in
Canada.
fact,
that's all I got to say. I love that country. I've been there
and hopefully here, what like first of March or so, the Yanks down here are going to start up their little convoy to go to DC, from what I understand.
Do you want to see Calgary? Because I do have a clip. Do you want to see it?
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
It's not the bomb for you.
I was watching it. It was just my word. Look at that. Yeah.
Sorry.
For what?
What?
That was just.
Oh, hit it one more time. Let's see what happens.
Look how far back that goes.
Damn.
Got that volume, man. Wow.
Yo.
Wow.
That's deep.
That is awesome, but wow.
When I started talking about this shit, it was
shit.
What the humanity this is going to inspire. There it is. It's worldwide.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like the Million Man March out there.
Yeah, I mean, and just like Fast even said, it's for what? France? It's in New Zealand. It's in Australia.
Oh shoot! Supposedly they had the France protest has turned. The cops are now marching with the protesters. That's what I heard.
Well, there were a lot of cops, and here's what was pissing me off was I heard that people were resigning from their jobs in law enforcement. And I'm like, that's not how you stop it. Resigning just allows them to continue. You need to stand up against it. You know,
supposedly,
and somebody says, how can cops do this? I said, first of all, I wrote a long tirade about this. I've run into this with law enforcement here in the U.S., which is so often you get these guys that didn't come up out of the military to become law enforcement. You get these guys that just came up into law enforcement. They don't have a military bearing. And there's something you learn in the military through your training, because the training's a lot stronger in the military than law enforcement. And it teaches you bearing, to always maintain and to respect civilians. And law enforcement, a lot of these officers come up from citizens, and they're nothing more than duly authorized citizens who are allowed to arrest, detain, and use possible lethal force in order to stop a criminal. But that doesn't make them military grade. They're not. They're still citizens. And it really pisses me off when you hear them call citizens shitizens. And I've heard cops do this, calling average citizens. And I'm a big supporter of the men in blue. I have a lot of friends, but a majority of my friends are also military veterans, and they're really solid, good freaking cops.
Gary,
but
there's something to add to this. Supposedly, I'm not going to share because it has real names on it, but Rebel News actually got leaked text message groups of the police that were actually in Ottawa, staying at the Laurier, and they were literally saying, "Wait till they see our jackboots tonight," and stuff like that.
This is pathetic, and it's
there's
sad.
2 SIU investigations: the horse and the rebel lady who got point blank
that
shot.
Poor lady. Oh my God, what they did to that lady when he walked right over her with a horse.
Yeah, and they're trying to play the bike was supposedly thrown at the horse. It wasn't. I've seen the clip. He used it as a wall to protect the other people because the horse veered off. They tried to say they photoshopped it out and stuff. That's literally what the police chief in Ottawa said.
And here's what's really going on is you've got a lot of leftists, and they have infiltrated the police force up there, and that's who these jackboots are. They're not liberals. They're not Democrats. They're fucking leftists. And leftists are dangerous fucking people.
Yeah.
And how bad of a leftist do you have to be when the Huffington Post calls you out? Because they're very liberal.
And I didn't mean to overtake either, guys, because that was just in general.
I'm proud of what you guys are doing up there.
Yeah.
I'm not. My channel is going to change pretty much because, like, honestly, I love humanity, and we're seeing humanity. It's not even about left. The politics no longer matters. Like, you got to take that divide out of everything. As soon as you take that political divide out and you look at people as a whole, you're starting to see what unity can do without losing yourself.
Well, the problem is, it's just simply the power hungry leftists. It's not a political group. This is a power group. They don't give two shits about anybody else's politics. So they're not a political group. They're a power group. They're about control and power. And Trudeau is absolutely a leftist. He is not a liberal. And I get pissed when people, Democrats and liberals are two different things too. And like Keith, my partner, he is a diehard Democrat with some liberal leanings, and that's why we get along so well. I don't get along with leftists.
I'm left-handed. Well, hopefully it doesn't count.
Now we learned the dirty secret. Now we got the dirty secret of Fat Steven Seagal. He's a southpaw. He's Sinistata.
And here's another secret. If you've always been wondered about Steven, is why he is an animated avatar. He is trolling the world because he's always naked behind the camera.
That's you. You're the wrong person there. What the fuck?
No. I was not naked. I just didn't have a shirt on.
I'm not wearing any pants.
My favorite part is when they did the press conference yesterday.
I'm sitting on a porta potty.
Oh, you gotta one up me, Gary, don't you?
I feel so sorry for 24 right now. He's just quiet. He's like,
"No, you good?
No, you motherfuckers come on my show and you fuck with my shit. Fuck
yeah." You
why you gotta blow that shit up? That's my line. What the hell?
That's my impression of you, by the way, 24.
Yeah, I can tell, right? Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I wish I had his pipe. Honestly, I wish I that deep voice that he's got there. He's like, he's like son of.
He should be doing a midnight radio show.
He should,
like Dr. Love.
Dr.
It is your boy 24/7.
Watch me.
Midnight Hour.
Watch me blow your legs out.
Next to Commodores.
There you go, baby.
Like, what was that guy, the player, or whatever he was on Saturday Night Live? Well, it looks like the show's over. I'm out of Cabassier.
Well, I was thinking that 24 is our new Venus flytrap.
It'd be like this. And you ladies, you like the man? I got good man right here. Let's do it. Let's do it all night long. Don't
There you go. Yeah.
slap that ass and treat it like a buffet. You know it. You guys like chipmunks? No.
No.
We got chipmunks and dales up here. No shit.
You guys love
Chipmunks and
chipmunks?
dales.
Oh shit. Hey, damn.
That guy from Remember Grown Ups?
Hey, you like Saskatoon, eh?
And I've seen the time mark at about 40
shit.
minutes into the show. We have lost it officially.
I gotta stop coming on shows now. I just seem to ruin
Sure, you're
everything.
right.
Well, you're not ruining. I think it's making.
Oh
it better.
shit.
Well, yeah, we need to go back though, because once we got derailed on G.I. Joe, we need to get back to what we were talking about, which is still what was going on with DC. And
No, actually, what I was going to ask you about G.I. Joe is,
oh,
yeah, I was going to ask you, man. Look, if you was to take that cover you're working on right now, right, and you was to switch Cobra Commander's helmet for the hood, what would happen?
to switch Cobra Commander's helmet for the
hood.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me.
Okay.
That was one of the rules because there are too many connotations with that hood with fans and that organization with 3 letters in its name.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was one of the big no-nos. And I never liked that hood anyway.
I did. I thought the hood he talked more shit with the hood on. Well, as far as the
I'm a big
cartoon
fan of the
goes.
helmet and the glass, just the mirrored mask is fucking cool. Because like in my head, I thought, whenever he looks at somebody, all they're seeing is their own face.
Well, let me ask
Yeah.
you this: the first time we ever seen Cobra Commander, what did he have? The hood, right?
Well, yeah, the hood.
That's probably why it sticks with
And
me
one of
so
the
well.
reasons one of the reasons they got rid of it was because of the connotations of it looking awfully similar to that certain group.
You're
That's why
right,
they get away with
Right.
it.
man.
Now I have a question there. Just taking a look at the drawing that you had in there. It looked like the mask was breaking on Cobra Commander. Did you
Yeah,
have
he just
where-
punched him in the glass.
Yeah, and just like cracking on there.
And it's
That's
my nod
awesome.
to the classic Captain America punching Hitler.
Oh yeah, the old classic one. Yeah.
Because we just talked about this. Were you there when we talked about this 24? I'm not sure. I talked so much.
Nah.
I think it was on our show yesterday.
Yeah, I wasn't
I
about it for that one.
I brought up the fact that so many of the villains that we know, the biggest villains that came out of the 50s and even the 60s, really were based on the fascists and the Nazis and the communists. There's a reason why, they have that militaristic organization. They got their cronies, and there's always that connection to World War II. And some of your best villains came out of those guys that served in the war. And that's why, because they're based on those fucking villains.
By the way, you got zinged. You got zinged 24.
Hey, you know what? I tell you what, man.
Oh my God. Fucking Jesus Christ. You can't take dildo anywhere.
I tell you what, man. This has to be the first time Sentient ever came after me like this, man.
Oh, I think so. First time I've ever seen it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, this is
So I had a question.
Go ahead.
Relating to the white hoods, is it like a polyester blend or more of 100% cotton? I'm just trying to figure out how.
I suspect it's silk.
Yo, I think
no.
I think it was rayon.
Oh,
Rayon?
Yo, yeah, I think it was rayon. You know what I'm saying? That's my assumption.
For the eye holes, are they like pulling peels? You just pull them off, or do you have to cut along the lines like you're doing artwork?
Yeah, it's that whole imitation material. It's like reminds me of a joke I saw as a kid in Beetle Bailey. Like, how many cows had to die for that jacket? And he says it's Naugahyde. And the girl yells at him, "How many Nagas had to die for that look?"
Oh,
It's Naga.
I remember that one.
Beetle Bailey,
that
man.
one.
That was one of the funniest fucking things I ever saw. I laughed so hard, I clipped it and put it on my wall. I'm like, I fucking love that one.
You buy 4 hoods, you get the 5th one free. That's like the
Get the
normal thing.
fifth free.
Nah, but you know what? The whole thing with the hood, it just made Cobra Commander look more sinister, man. It wasn't about me supporting some other shits.
Well,
It was
it's so
about-
goofy that people.
Yeah, it was just the fact that when you first see him, if you were there from the beginning, that's how you remembered him. From how he first looked. So that's all it was. And I know for me, he had 3 different looks. He had the hood, he had he had the fucking the shield over his face, and then he had that whole silver fucking suit that it looked like he had like that little mouth shits to it. Like he had like a
I don't remember that one.
yeah, he had a third outfit. Matter of fact, it was right around the time where
Oh, look at that.
what the fuck is that?
Cobra
like
Commander with the hood.
With the
Yeah,
hood.
there you go. Yeah, that's my boy right there.
That thing's racist.
Nah, actually, but it was a Cobra Commander right when Serpentor showed up. There was a Cobra Commander had a new suit around that time.
Yeah, he covered his face, Juice Cannon, because he was injured. Yeah, and I think it was a burn.
Yeah, but when you remember after that G.I. Joe movie that they had and Serpentor came up with Sergeant Slaughter,
Yeah,
Cobra Commander came on with a third look. He had a whole outfit.
I don't remember that. I don't.
Yeah, it was all silver. Look it up, man.
I'll do it after the show. I will.
Nah, shit, we can do it because people are watching, man. They want to know what the fuck we talking about.
Cobra.
Yeah.
See, I guess I must be one of the most ignorant ones because I didn't necessarily associate
Well,
the
you
hood
gotta-
with the triple letter organization. I looked at it more like when you saw some of those leftist guerrillas out in, when they did their little photo shoots and they always had like something over their, the bags or whatever. That's what I always associate with that one.
Here, I've got a picture of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Open image in new tab, F11, and zoom into that motherfucker. There we go.
Watch what you F there. No, we don't need the F11.
Share screen. And there you go. There it is.
Oh,
yeah.
that one. He looks more samurai-ish.
Yeah, and I don't even remember this. I don't remember ever seeing
I
this.
don't.
Yeah, that one. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I
It looks
remember because that was right
So
around
it's
the
in
time when
the G.I. Joe movie, the animated movie?
right, because it was after that because it was right around the time when Serpentor, Sergeant Slaughter, and that was when not Roadblock, but the other dude, Gung Ho became some Navy dude, man. Like he had yeah, man, yeah, Gung Ho. He went Navy at that point.
In the
Like,
Navy.
Yeah, because I had that action figure too,
Can you share
and
my
he had
screen?
like like if you watch, he had the sword like that where he's like yeah.
By the
Once it's
way,
screen saved.
I want to share something else after Steven here for you because we will be talking about it this week on our show, you and I. And it is a scoop from Mikey Sutton, and you'll like it.
You can share that, and I think that's what you guys want to see.
No. You share your thing first, Steven.
No, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. I'm waiting for 24 when you guys time.
Oh, my bad. I'm over here just shit.
I'm in
Holy
another
cow.
world. I'm on a different show. Yo, man, I'm not even here, man. Fuck you.
Yeah, you know it. Hey,
Holy
I had that. I own that. I missed that motherfucker. Yeah, he was cool.
I don't
as fuck.
remember that at all. It
Yep,
must
that's
have been
Cobra
after-
Commander, man. He was fucking awesome. He had like a whole different deal going on. Yeah.
Mhm.
I got to check out that website, 3djoes.com. Yeah, I'm opening that shit up. 3djoes.com.
I'll let your boy. Hey, did you even pull up a gun? What a gung ho look like with the fucking Navy suit?
Hold on.
Fat Stevens all over it.
Is that it?
Doesn't
No.
That's not Navy? No, I don't think that's Navy.
Nah, where he had like
It
the
looks
hat.
like a grunt.
Yeah, he had the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the commemorate. No, that's bazooka.
That's what
Yeah.
we're putting under gung ho.
Really?
That's
there we
him.
go.
There you go. Yeah,
Well, that's Marine.
Marines. Or my bad. Fuck it. Yeah, but that's gung ho. Yeah, that's I had that one. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't even know, man. Because with the thing is, as the series started getting older, they started like switching up. Where they started like
Yeah, and gung ho
changing in
means
different
Marine
ways.
Corps. The
Marine,
word gung
yeah.
ho comes from the Marine Corps. So
Yeah.
switching them to Navy is weird.
That
My
looks like that's a nice figure. That is a nice figure.
Well, thank you. Oh, you're talking about the figure in the thing.
I'm talking about both, Gary. You and the action figure there.
fucking Baroness.
Oh,
Holy
Pat
shit.
said, I like the hood too, 24/7, but he only wears the hood in the headquarters. In battle, it's always the helmet. Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. I remember that now. Yeah, it's like
I mean,
when he
I've
goes-
seen him. I've seen people whoop his ass and with the hood on.
Mhm.
But I guess that's when they infiltrate the fort, the fucking headquarters, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Like, yo, they infiltrate the headquarters. They whoop his ass with the hood on, and then if they catch him out on the field, out on the streets, then he got the helmet on, and they whip his ass with that. All right, I got you, man. Fuck.
Baroness
man.
just does the wrong things for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baroness. Yeah, there you go.
I feel bad. The only thing I had to share, everybody ragged on me about.
Well, you
What's
set
that?
yourself up, buddy. You just set yourself up.
I don't know. I just said I was being honest and heartfelt. I honestly thought I was. I mean,
You can find Pop Culture Minefield on Twitter at Popcul Minefield. And yeah, they don't allow culture. So you can only put CUL in there. So it's Popcul Minefield. And this is my push for you 1,000.
there we go.
I tagged a lot of our friends and I said, look, man, if you and 3 of your friends do this, subscribe, we're going to push this quickly. And
Thank you,
so
man. I
that's
appreciate
that.
that.
You bet. And then,
He
of course,
needs
this is the Geekosity news. And Mike shared it with me about an hour ago. Doctor Strange 2 cameos include animated X-Men 97.
Well,
I don't
how
know
is
how
that?
they're going to do it. I don't know fucking how they're going to do it. But
Wait. The only thing I could think of,
TV.
Can
the
we
only thing
read
I
it?
could think of is when he goes to the multiverse, he gets animated.
Here we go. The animated X-Men 97 cartoon will have cameos in Doctor Strange 2.
No,
Insiders revealed that Doctor Strange
Exactly.
and Chavez will enter the animated world.
exactly. So basically, in the middle, you remember Xanadu?
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
don't fucking
No.
love that.
Hold on, no. But to be honest, I'm bringing it up because you remember
Mhm.
at one point in the movie they were dancing and they went animated,
Yep.
Yep.
and actually
It's
that
jarring.
was some good fucking animation too.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Now,
that movie's great. I love that movie.
but yeah, man, me and you,
I think
man,
it's taken.
we're one of the
Look,
few, man.
Electrolyte
Right.
Orchestra had one of the
Oh.
greatest movie soundtracks of all time in that movie.
Well, it looks like in the middle of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness,
We're gonna
there's
get
gonna-
that.
he's where he's gonna go completely animated, and when he does, it's gonna be he's gonna run into the X-Men, the animated series.
Yep.
So if that's what they're saying, then that's how it's gonna go down. That's
And
gonna
once
be
again,
one of the
I believe
places.
in Mikey Sutton. He is so good at what he does. I
Right.
believe this is going to happen. Now, there's no guarantee, though, in the film that doesn't end up on the editing floor last minute. There's no guarantee, but I guarantee you it'll be in the
Oh
pickup.
shit, yeah.
You're playing my Batman theme.
Sorry, that was my fault. If I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that was fat.
Notification.
Because I
Well,
use
so-
it as our segues on our show.
Yeah.
And by the way, have you seen the numbers on our show?
No. Not yet.
because normally on our day shows, or TGIF, if we have a big guest, we'll end up around 500. But we're already getting into 200s to 400s on our show that we do together, the Scoop Zone.
Wow.
And I think that a lot of that has to do with the way we talk, and I love 24/7. I'm so glad I asked you to join us on that. It's just such a good show, and I really do. When you see my face, I'm like this all the time because I'm having a good time listening to you guys talk.
Nah, it's a pleasure being there, man. So it's all good.
I do have to address Pat S. though. He says Gary's so old, his GI Joes were 12 inches tall.
No, that is true. He knows that.
Oh,
he knows that.
But not only that, though, his GI Joes stole Barbie away from Ken. That's the important thing.
Yeah. Well, there's a story, a real story, true story. When I was a kid, my dad walked into his bedroom. I was on their bed, my mom and dad's bed, with my sister's summer dream house from Barbie and the Barbie dolls, and I had him naked. And I'm 6 years old, and I had him naked, and G.I. Joe had his trousers pulled down, and I'm bopping Barbie, and my dad walks in and goes, "What the hell are you doing, boy?" And I said, these are the exact words I use, G.I. Joe is raping and pillaging Barbie Dreamhouse. And my dad stood there for a second, processing what I just said, and then he just turned and yelled for my brother, "Michael!"
oh, fuck.
There was a beating that day.
Oh, shit.
Raving and pillaging. But a comedian once said in the 80s, or it might have been the 90s, the early 90s, because I think it was in the Army when he said it, was, G.I. Joes. I love the G.I. Joes they got today, but they all look so angry. And then I figured out, oh, no wonder they look pissed off. They shrunk them down from 12 inches.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and that's true. Like G.I. Joe, my G.I. Joe ended with the Kung Fu grip. That was
right.
The final thing. And it led to one of my only shoplifting things I ever did. I got mad because the way they made the Kung Fu grip on G.I. Joe, the fingers would break off.
Yeah, the thumb. It'd be the
I
thumb.
never had the thumb break off, but that the fingers would bend back and they would finally split and fall off. And so I went to the store, Ben Franklin's, and stole a set of hands out of a G.I. Joe package. But then I came back the next day with $5 and I slipped it to the cash register in between because I felt so guilty because I'm Catholic and that's what you do. You feel guilty all the time about shit you do. I'm a terrible thief. I really am. Or I should say I was.
Actually, to do standing there, I prefer the Paul Abdul and Peter Griffin dancing.
Oh, yeah. I like it when he does the Axel F theme.
Oh,
On Peter Griffin, when he does with the voice, I can't do it exactly.
It's funny. Have you ever seen the real life Peter Griffin?
yes.
Yeah. I've actually met a few, and I used to joke when I was at my fattest that I was Peter Griffin.
No, actually, there's one guy on YouTube that he's the real life Peter Griffin, man. That's what he goes by.
Do you see it
Real
when they're
life
doing the fight?
Yeah,
The convention?
if you look him up, you can pull him up.
Doing it, dude. Yeah, I'm already doing it, dude. And what is that sound? It sounds like a car or something.
That is little girl, my one cat, and she's very, very vocal.
Oh, it's her purring.
Yeah. Well,
You need to get that
talking,
shit checked. That it sounds broken.
Yeah. Well, I've
Oh,
wondered
this
about
guy.
her.
Yes, I've seen him. Yep. Here, I'm opening it so I can share the link. Copy video. Shh.
Unless
Unless
you
you
know
want me to do it.
No, go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, go.
I'll share the video.
Hey, lovely Sherry.
Yeah.
Hi. Gotta say hi to lovely Sherry.
She is so awesome. And
She
Punk
is.
Waddle, all of them are so good. Darius, all of them. I fucking love them all. Share screen. Share screen.
There are people.
Oh, I can't. Damn it! I forgot. I'm in Firefox and I can't share the audio in Firefox.
Oh,
The lovely Sherry, what's going on,
I
girl?
can at least share the video, but I can't share the audio. I apologize. So it's on there. No
Oh, yeah.
audio. Because he does the voice too.
Oh, he sounds just like him.
Yeah, that's him. Matter of fact, he has his own YouTube channel. He has his own YouTube channel, and
I need to
yeah,
share with you.
I'm subscribed to it.
Here it is in the private chat. I'm pasting it. There you go. You can go to it and you can play the audio yourself. I can't play the audio because I'm in Firefox. I love
good,
Firefox.
brother.
It's my favorite browser, but they really do fuck up with StreamYard and not allowing you to share videos with the audio. I have to use. God, that cat is loud, dude.
Yeah. Come here, you. Time for you to meet your public. This is her.
That is
Little
so
girl.
crazy how loud they. That's.
She's very talkative. She loves to talk.
Yeah, I had a Tonkinese, half Tonkinese cat, and it would always constantly at me. And I thought it was the funniest thing when he would do it. He would not meow. He would just and he had a broken meow. When he meowed, it would go.
The lovely Sherry, what's going on, girl?
But I shared the link with you in chat 24 because I can't play the audio because I really do like the audio on that.
See, I use Brave, so I don't know how Brave would work on that. I'm a rebel,
man.
I remember watching the one though they had where they're dressed up in the Star Wars spoofs that they did for Family Guy. So they're doing the fight, the Boba Fett chicken with Han Solo, and they're fighting across the convention floor.
The Boba Fett chicken.
The Boba Fett chicken, yeah, because the chicken was Boba Fett in the Family
Yeah,
Guy.
and their Family Guy Star Wars specials.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I got that shit right there.
I don't have the Return of the Jedi spoof one, but I got the first two.
Yeah, I got all three of them.
I wasn't quite as enamored with the.
It's a trap.
Yep.
Something dark side and the blue harvest.
Something dark side. Something.
Yeah, I got the whole thing with the package and everything right here. So
It's a trap.
yep, and I got Fanboys. Boy, Fanboys is some good shit, man. I got all kind of Star Wars shit. Knights of the Old Republic.
You guys ever seen Thumb Wars?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Phantom Cuticle.
Mm-hmm. They actually aired that on Fox. That's when I saw it.
You guys ever played Angry Birds Star Wars?
Yep.
I did not.
Yeah, there's a Star Wars version of Angry Birds. Yeah, it's some cool shit.
Mm-hmm. Not Disney cosmic battles, but Star Wars, real Star Wars.
How many people played the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi game?
Did not.
Yeah, not many.
I mean, I played the Battlefront. I played the Boba Fett game. I forget what that was called. The Bounty Hunter.
About the Bounty Hunters? Yeah, I got that right here behind me.
I enjoyed the shit out of that. And then
that was Jango Fett, man.
Was it Django? I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's so long since I played it. It was in the 2000s. We all played. My daughter.
Juice Cannon said it's hard as fuck.
Yeah, I kept dying. And
yeah.
What was that one with Star Killer?
That was the Force.
Those are Star Wars, the Force Awakens. I mean, the Force Unleashed.
Unleashed.
On Force Unleashed.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I remember I was on one of the platforms and you have to fight Darth Vader. And
you kept falling off that bitch?
No. Yes, that kept happening. But we got a glitch. I video recorded it. It kept flipping Darth Vader upside down to where his feet were sticking out of the platform and half his body was under the platform. And we kept running into that glitch, and it was driving us crazy. Like, how the fuck do you fix this? Because you can't fight him.
Right.
And you can't end the scene because it kept happening. So we'd have to restart, and we did it like 3 times before it finally stopped doing it.
You know, I got the steelbook versions of those games.
Well, Starkiller is a character I wish that they would bring into it. I think that he was it's a nod, of course, to Starkiller Base, the original idea,
Right?
From Star Wars, not Starkiller Base used in JJ's movie. In fact, JJ's use of it was a nod to the stuff from Star Wars. What do they call that? The stuff, the books, expanded universe.
Right. The expanded universe.
Yeah.
Right. Legends.
You say EU, and I think European Union. But yeah, it's like I would love to see Starkiller be alive.
I don't see why not, because George Lucas was heavily involved in that game.
Oh, yes, he was.
And
I think Starkiller would be a great character for Mandalorian to deal with.
So no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know a lot of people were complaining that Starkiller was just OP, too overpowered, but it still be interesting, even if tone him down a little bit.
Yeah, they could tone him down.
Yeah,
and he could be one of those gray Jedi that lives in the gray area. Like in many ways, Sam Jackson's Jedi was a gray Jedi, really, because he knew and used the dark force. He knew how to use it.
You want to know
why I'd like to see him come back?
Some of the best kind of like offshoot Star Wars movies to ever come out.
What's that?
The Ewok movies.
Yeah, I enjoyed them when they came out. I was in my early 20s.
What's that? The Caravan of Courage.
The Battle Endor.
Yep.
Fucking Wilford Brimley's in it.
Yep.
And
gotta have my oatmeal.
I got my diabetes. I got the diabetes. I fucking love Wilford.
Well, shit, it's like kind of like when you look at the Star Wars, the Christmas special. You got Art Carney.
Yep.
Yeah, as goofy as it was, I love the animated scene.
That's great.
Dude, I tell you what, I like the whole fucking Christmas special, man.
It's so weird though, and you have to admit it. They've got mascara on Luke Skywalker. He looked like he was in makeup, really strong makeup, and it's so clunky with the dialogue. There's no subtitles in the whole Wookiee scenes.
No, it's not.
And it's so fucking weird. Like, why aren't you giving us subtitles? And Maude being in it was that was so
Harvey Korman.
Weird.
Oh yeah, yep.
Harvey, I can see him as a Star Wars character.
Yep.
Maude, that was just odd.
That was odd.
Maude was
odd. The difference between The Last Jedi and the Star Wars holiday special, I've seen the holiday special more than once, and I will watch it again.
I have never seen the full movie, Last Jedi. I've only seen. I watched it fast forwarded through. It was still on screen. I'm doing the fast, so I'm seeing everything happening, and I'm like, "Oh, this looks dumb. Oh my god, this looks dumb."
That one part though in the holiday special when the Wookiee grandfather, what was his name? Stanky or some shit? Itchy. When he sat down and started looking at the little hologram, and that girl started singing, and he was like, "Ooh, man!" I was like, "Yo!" But then I started watching that shit. I was like, "Yo, girl, she ain't bad at all." So I was with Stanky or whatever the fuck his name is.
Well, that was Diane Cannon. No. What was that again? Who was that singer?
Yo, it was some good shit, and it's crazy because it's like, for as much as people really don't like it, I think they really should put that shit out, man. They need to really upgrade
George
it. Like,
Lucas was really pissed about it because he didn't have any control over it.
Right,
and that was purely studio run, studio created. It was an obligation. And that's why he's done everything in his power to shut it down.
Man.
And that was Diane Carroll. That's who it was. Diane Carroll was the singer.
Yo, she was hot. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
man, she. Yo, she was hot. Yo, I like that shit, man. Yo, when what was his name again? Grandpa?
Itchy.
Yo,
Itchy.
yo, when Itchy was like, when he was tripping, I said, yo, I ain't mad at you, Itchy. Hey.
And Itchy had a itch to scratch, that's for sure.
Yeah, I could tell he was. I said, shit, I ain't mad at you, pimp.
Yeah, and I think the one thing I hated was the musical ending. I was just like, awful. This is awful.
Juice Cannon said Wookiee porn.
I think my favorite was when some of the Star Wars characters would be on Muppets. I loved.
You know what? You know the crazy part about it, when they released all the seasons of the Muppets, they never released that one.
Really?
Why?
No. So basically, like, I have this, right?
Yeah, waka waka.
Like basically, like you won't get this on Blu-ray. The only way you're gonna get this is on DVD, and there's a bunch of other shits that you're not gonna get on Blu-ray. But the thing is, there's a season 4 which has Mark Hamill and everybody on there, and that's what they won't. They're supposed to have released it. They had a release date for it over 10 years ago, and they never released it.
Huh. I remember that was new.
There has to be some sort of copyright.
No, but you know what else happened over 10 years ago? Basically, Disney buying the Muppets.
Yeah.
So basically, when Disney bought the Muppets, they never did release the Force. They never released the season of the Muppets where Mark Hamill and he also had C3PO, R2D2 on there. There was it.
Yep.
Come on, man. That was the season to have.
That was. It was. It was a silly, goofy episode.
The only way you can get that shit is in bootleg. Like motherfuckers that recorded on VHS and they decided to fucking put it out on a DVD format. That's the only way you can get that shit. Other than that, it hasn't been officially released.
That's a fucking shame, dude.
It is.
Waka.
Do they have it on Disney Plus now? Do they have that episode?
Yeah, actually, they do. But the thing is, but not that season because it's never been released. But the other seasons, like season 1, 2, and 3, you can get on Disney Plus. But the whole issue is they have a warning label on it. So they labeled on their own Muppets shits. Like, so basically,
well, you got to remember they did that shit when they released the first seasons of Sesame Street. They're rated PG. It's like, come on, man. Really?
Yeah, for real. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, it's like
my daughter. Just to tell you, kids are smarter than fucking these assholes realize they are.
Right.
I mean, in the world of the internet, they're more advanced than even we were as kids. And I mean, I was sitting there one night watching The Grudge, and
I haven't heard that in a long time.
My surround sound is on, and it's dark, and I'm just enjoying it in my living room. My daughter's asleep in her bedroom, and as we get to the end of the movie, all of a sudden behind me, as the credits are going, I hear the sound that the ghost woman was making, and I'm like looking around at my stereo surround speakers, like, why is that happening? Is something wrong? And then all of a sudden, out of the darkness of the hallway, I hear, "Why did she do that, Dad?" And I jumped up, grabbed my chest. I went, "Oh, I hope they're teaching you CPR at school, honey. I think I'm having a heart attack." "Why did you do that?" And she giggles, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she sat there and hid in the hallway in the dark and watched that whole fucking horror movie with me, unbeknownst to me. And I try to G her life. I didn't cuss around my daughter for years, but there was a point, like when she was 12, I stopped PG, G'ing and PGing it up. I'm like, fuck this shit. Because she accidentally butt dialed me when she was with friends at the mall. And they had one adult chaperone that was watching them, but not sitting with them. So she butt dials me, and I listened to this conversation with her and her girlfriends. And I was ruined, Brian, ruined by that phone call. And when she came home, I told her, I said, I'm not PGing this shit up any for you. No, I'm done. I'm going to say fuck around you because you apparently know the word better than I realized. And I'm just like, you're welcome to the new world, Zoe. And she was embarrassed. She's apologizing. And it got worse, like later. And there's a photo of this on Facebook. I walked into her room, and on a whiteboard on her wall, I'm asking her, because they're having a sleepover, and I'm standing there talking to him like, what do you girls want for dinner? I can make. And suddenly my eye was drawn to this whiteboard, and there's this giant 14-inch penis drawn on this whiteboard in black ink with balls, hair all over it, and it's veiny. And on the head of the penis is this giant smiling face, like. And I'm staring there, and the girls start cracking up laughing because I'm not saying anything. I'm staring at this. And I said, I don't care who drew this. I want this off the fucking wall tonight. And I turned and looked at him. I said, you girls think that's funny? This is hurting me. This breaks my brain. Every time you do shit like this, Zoe, I didn't draw it. I don't care who drew it. It is off the wall when I come back here. And she goes, well, I'm not throwing it away. I don't care. It's off the wall. So she took it and covered it and hid it in the closet because she wanted to keep it because it was her and her friends that drew it together. And I was not happy about that shit. I'm just like, when you're a guy raising a girl, that's a fucking nightmare. That's all I got to say. My daughter were the greatest test of my ability to be compassionate and being a murderer. Because I really, half the time I wanted to hug her, the other half I wanted to choke the shit out of her.
I gotta get going, guys. I have another show too to do. So
no problem, buddy. It's good talking.
No problem, bro. Yeah, great to see you, Fast Steven.
Thank you.
Love you, man.
Love you guys too.
Take care, brother.
Bye.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean as a guy who has a daughter who's like 20 and a half now and one who's going to be 20. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Juice cannon.
Yeah, my daughter's 23
even
this
more.
Year. My daughter's 23, and and I joked with her just the other night. I said, "It's amazing you survived to adulthood. That I didn't kill you." Because she really pushed the envelope with me. She was the most amazing kid until puberty. And then she became just the roughest thing I'd ever gone through. My boys, because I have two sons, were easier to deal with in their teens than her. She pushed every envelope and found every single thing that I wouldn't be cool with and did it.
Damn. Oh, yeah. I wanted to kill my daughter many a time. I don't care if she's watching this or gets back.
Zoe knows.
I wanted to kill
about it. But she's also really one of my best friends. I love her. She broke up finally, by the way, 24 on Saturday. I tricked her into coming onto the show live. She was finally on Pop Culture Minefield live.
Oh, so congratulations.
My daughter. And it was so fun yesterday having her on the show. And, people finally get to see why I say she's me, but with boobs and a vagina.
Oh.
Because she acts just like me. She has the same fucking sense of humor. She's a dick. She is a dick as a person. I love it when she fucks with people. I crack up when she does it. The only thing she does that I don't do, she came a little woke, and I make fun of her for it. And I make fun of my son for it too, my gay son. I'm like, man, you used to be a cool gay. Now you're one of those woke gays.
Juice Cannon said, I hate to raise a girl in current year. Well, your boy's going through it. So it's interesting. When I get those phone calls and my daughter's like, Dad, guess what? I'm like, oh, shit. So, yeah.
She's 14, right?
Yeah, she's 14. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right there. You're dude, I feel for you, man.
Shit.
If you get frustrated, call me. Call me at home.
I will.
Anytime. I'm telling you, man. I've been through it, and it's you're thinking I'm going to have to kill somebody. Sometimes not your daughter, but a boy, and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to kill this kid. And I've told kids. I said, look, one of the things I learned as a combat medic in the military is how to dispose of a body, and it will never fucking be found.
And I need to do it. You need to talk about that. You got me too. You can give me a call, and I can be your shoulder to cry on too.
I tell you, man, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. You've got that 14. Amazingly, my stepdaughter is like really easier on me, man. I mean, she could be pretty annoying. She's so weird sometimes, but raising her is so much easier than my daughter. But they're so much alike too. They get along. They love seeing each other and hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, my stepdaughter and daughter, because the youngest is a stepdaughter, they seem to have gotten closer since they've gotten older and out and about and all that.
Exactly. That's the way it is with mine. But yeah, 24 dude, fuck, I'm there for you, man, if you need it. Because I've been there.
Same here, man.
Thank you, man.
Honestly.
I appreciate that, man.
I remember
I got
threatening
stories.
somebody over my niece. When she was 14, she had a boyfriend that was 19.
What?
And my brother Michael, my late brother Michael, and I dragged her out of a limousine that he was in and threatened to kill him. But now he's my favorite nephew because he really was. They had kids together, and he's a good dad, and he watches out for his kids, and he watches out for guys like him when he was young. And and he's from Chicago, black kid, and just I love him to death. I'd love to get him on the show sometime just to talk about stuff. I've worked with him, and I just think he's and he's not biologically my nephew, but he's one of my favorite nephews I got. He's so fucking funny, and he calls me, and it's a rule. You're not allowed to call me Gary. You have to call me Uncle Gary, because I told him, I said, I worked hard for that, and you're going to call me Uncle. I didn't do anything. I'm just, but I like saying that to him. I worked hard to be your uncle, so you're calling me Uncle. So I'm very proud to be an uncle. Do you have any siblings?
I always wanted to be an uncle.
You guys have any siblings?
No.
Damn.
I'm the only.
24. You got any siblings?
Yeah, I got a bunch of them, man.
Close?
Yeah, they're all close.
Do they have kids?
Some of them do.
So you're a proud uncle. Okay.
Yeah. It is. It's weird. I'm not used to being in that role, but it is what it is, man. I'm not the uncle type, but I love kids, man.
I'm
And
judgy, so I'm a good uncle.
I feel you.
I can see you being a good uncle. They're 24, man.
No, I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying it's like, I never thought I'd even have kids. So more or less being an uncle is like, it's a little different, but it's not nothing that, I shy away from. It's just one of those things that in my own head, growing up, never thought I'd be an uncle, never thought I'd have kids, but Lord and behold, I'm an uncle and I have kids. So it's like, it's a different thing. It's like over the years, I've come to, come on, man, it's life, man. Of course, just because, it's how I envision myself, versus what I became to be, it's two different things, man. But it's just one of those things that, until I got into the role, I was a guy that I was like, nah, I'm not nobody's parent. I'm nobody's uncle until I became somebody's parent and somebody's uncle, and then after the fact, I was like, yo, it's cool. Like I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying, like, I never looked at myself as being that kind of guy until it happened.
Yeah.
And then when it did, I was cool with it, but it was like, fuck, I never looked at myself as that.
Have you hit your 30s yet?
Huh?
Have you hit your 30s yet?
Of course.
Okay.
He's 64.
No,
nah,
He
ain't
looks good
fuck
for his
you.
age, doesn't he?
because there's a thing that I've lived by for years, which is girls and boys are both idiots when they're teenagers, 18.
Mhm.
Right.
And they stay idiots till they're about 26. Girls kind of come out of it a lot quicker than boys do in their late 20s. Boys, on the other hand, kind of maintain a level going into their 30s. And then right around the age of 35, they figure shit out. And
Right.
which is, I taught Zoe, and she loves reciting this rule, which is you're never allowed to lie to anybody except your landlord, anybody you owe money to, your boss, and your parents after you turn 35, because
Right.
your parents shouldn't be worried about you after 35.
No.
And she loves that rule. She's like, it is a very good rule. So she, when she has trouble, she rarely has to ask shit from me. And I love that. She's been on her own since 17. She grew up really quickly with me raising her. And she took off and she was a manager at a Jimmy John's in Phoenix at 17.
Wow.
And I'm proud of her. She chip off the old block, and because I was on my own at 17. And, I was helping my dad financially because he got cut off Social Security for a short period of time. And I had to financially help support him and physically help him because he was disabled. But
See,
what's that?
I was going to say, because my philosophy when it comes around the child rearing is this: all kids are arrogant morons. It's the parents' job to make sure that they're neither when they grow up.
Yeah. Nothing excites me more than when a young person starts to spout off their fucking philosophy to me. It's like that little argument I got in on another show with a co-host on the show telling me I'm abrasive and I need to be. And I'm like, I don't need someone born in the fucking early 90s telling me how to fucking be. I've been adulting since before you were fucking born. I'm a dick and this is all you get. I'm not changing. I'm damn near 60. I'm going to fucking be a dick till I die. So, and you either accept it or you fucking don't like me. And I got a lot of people don't like me and I don't care. It doesn't faze me a bit. I got to get it when they don't like me. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I fucking irritated the shit out of them.
Nah, well, shit. We love you over here, brother. So
I love you too, man.
No arguments here. No arguments here.
But
I'm hoping you're a friend, Gary. I want to be your friend. I don't want to be your enemy.
We are friends.
Oh,
we are friends.
Oh, look at that.
This is my baby girl, Taylor. She loves her daddy.
Look at all the kisses. Puppy kisses.
She was grabbing my hand, want me to pick her up. So while we were talking. But Pat asks, if you have to work in the food industry, Jimmy John's is the best, good benefits and no fryer. And I got to tell you, when Zoe worked at Jimmy John's, there are photos. David Spade lives in Phoenix, and he would pop into her Jimmy John's all the time.
Oh, cool.
And she would send photos, post photos of her and David Spade all the time. And at the same height, because she's only like 5'4".
So she's taller than him.
Which really amazing. All my kids are short. I don't understand it. Like, because I'm a giant. Keith and I are giants, man. I'm 6'3", he's 6'4". He told me he was 6'2", and my roommate Travis, when I was living in Springfield, was like, "There's no fucking way you're 6'2". So we actually had to measure him in the living room, and I'm like, "Yeah, when I have to look slightly up at you, you're taller than me," and he was about an inch taller than me. But we both are giants. You can always, like in a crowd at one of the conventions, you'll see this black guy and white guy head walking through the crowd.
Oh, wow. Everybody. Yo, I like to say what's up to Eric K. What's going on, Eric K? Wrenches, yeah. Eric K is in the house.
Zach came in.
Yeah. Hey, what up, all? It's great to have you here, brother.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah, Eric K is awesome, man. Nah, you guys keep going, man. I was just
no, I was reading what they were saying.
Yeah. Eric K is in the house.
They're all being nice to each other.
Yeah. Everybody's communicating shit. Appreciate that.
They're being nice to each other, unlike us who was taking shots at each other.
What's up, Zach? Zach says, "As a Punk Waddle, I thought you might be checking my Canadian card by seeing if I knew my brew." Shit. There you go, man.
Oh, thank you, Kyle, over on Twitter for doing that. He shared the push to get you. And you know what? I was in a hurry doing it, and I just realized I didn't put your YouTube channel in the fucking ad or in the post.
Shame on you, man. What the fuck, man?
What the hell?
I've got an IQ of 154, and I still am a fucking idiot sometimes.
Nah, I mean it's always time to fix that shit. You good? But thank you, man. I mean,
fix it. They don't have an edit option. It pisses me off.
No, they want to go out nice and raw, all mistakes, and
there you go.
And I hate that because I'm a nitpicker for grammar and spelling,
right,
which is still part of grammar. And so I'm just a nitpicker for grammar, and I'll look up and I'll like go, oh my god, I misspelled this word. I put an extra letter in there, and I hate typos. What is that?
It's all good, man.
So
Eric K says at 24/7 Fusion Media, always good to see you. Yeah, man, it's always good to see you, man. Thank you, man. Juice Cannon says Eric K is a legend. He transcends time and space. Yeah, man. Eric K is he's awesome, man. Yeah, I remember when I seen Eric K when him and everybody else got together, man, they put the camera on Eric K. Eric K looks smooth than a motherfucker, man.
I hate having all these guys out there look better than me.
Nah, I mean Eric K is fucking on point, man. Like shit. If I didn't know better, I would have thought Eric K was a pimp. Shit. Yeah, man. No shit. It's the pimp Eric K, y'all.
He is the pimp every woman wants.
There you go, man.
I'll tell you one person I'm glad that I met recently and really starting to get to know Nick Weiser. I fucking love that dude.
Oh, Nick is awesome, man. Yo, I fucks with Nick Weiser, man. Like shit.
I do too. I call him a hippie.
Nah. Nick is cool as fuck, man. You know, like I've seen with Nick before, man, and yo, Nick is. I ain't gonna lie though, he's amped on his own shit. I don't know what the fuck, man. He's something different, man.
He's a good nerd, and he's got a perspective that's really different from my own. But I still like everything he says, even if I don't understand or agree with it. I'm like, yeah, I like the angle you come at. And I joked with him the other day. I said, I don't know why, but I feel like if I hang out with you, I'll smell the beer, but I'm going to smell some patchouli too.
Some who?
Nick Weiser.
No. What's the last one? You gonna smell some what?
Patchouli.
Patchouli.
In other words, smell like weed.
No, I know what that is. That's why you caught me off guard. I was like, oh, what?
Because my daughter was like, she told me one time, I want to be a hippie. I said, sweetheart, I grew up in the 60s and 70s. And I'm going to tell you now, you don't want to be a real hippie. They're gross. They're very gross. And they don't bathe. And they always smell like patchouli. What's patchouli? They smell like marijuana. Old, more like what is it? Bong water is what they smell.
Bong water, yeah. They bathe, but it's in bong water.
Bong water.
And for Pat, I don't drink Heineken, so I guess I don't have an opinion about what your question.
I got to tell you, every once in a while, I'm a little Heine, and I drink it every once in a while. I haven't had one in probably 10 years.
What's that?
Heineken. I drink the shit out of Guinness Stout. Well, specifically Guinness Draft. Stout, the bottled stout is not very good. Guinness Draft is the shit.
In a bottle?
And it's in a dark, almost a black bottle, and or in the tall cans. And the cans have widgets in them. And so after you drink it, you rattle it. It's like, oh, there's a widget in there. And we used to, tear open the can and get the widgets out and collect them. I don't know fucking why, but we did when I was with my roommates.
The fuck is a widget?
Well, it's like a little puck or whatever they have in there. You open the can up, you're supposed to pour this thing out. And
keep the CO2 charged. And
so you have that head that you have off of Guinness.
Yeah. And it guarantees that you're getting it just like it would be if you were getting it off a tap. And that's what And so when I drink at bars, I get excited. I really do. I get really excited if they have Guinness. I'm like, give me Guinness, give me Guinness. And my friends will tell you, Shane Moore and actor friend of mine from Hollywood would tell you that when I drink Guinness, I drink it by the pitcher.
Right.
I don't get a pint. I get a big fucking pitcher of it, and that's my beer mug. I've been doing that since I was 18 because I'm a big guy, so it just looks normal.
Right.
And they have to pour it right, because you get too much of head. That's what they start calling the bishop collar, and that's not. You don't need that. It's got to have the right amount of head on. And I'm going to get skewed.
And there's nothing better than
the right amount of head, right? Yeah. I ain't mad at
But a buddy of mine, it was in the British Army, and he had to serve in Ireland for a while. And he went into a pub one night and ordered a black and tan. And it was one of those moments where, it's like the piano player stops playing and everybody stops talking moment. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? Bartender, I'm making you drink, but then you're leaving. And I'm not going to charge you for it. He says, but yeah, you don't want to stay here now. Because the black and tan, of course, has to do with the Irish and the British Cromwell and his treatment of the Irish. And and the black and tan is Bass Ale with Guinness. And it's in two different layers. But when you drink it, they come together as it pours out. You're drinking both together, and it is really good. I enjoy it.
Oh, I love a good black and tan. I really do. I just won't do it in Ireland.
Don't do it.
What's it called?
A black and tan.
Black and tan.
Black and tan. All right. Well, I'm gonna ask one of those, see if somebody knows what the fuck's going on.
Guinness is heavier, so the Bass Ale sits on top of it, and
it's like,
but right when you pour it, it comes together right at the. So as you're drinking, you get both, and it's really good.
It's like having a layered drink in beer form.
Yeah, just kind of says Oliver's Army.
I know the song. I don't know. Are you talking about the song?
Is that a drink?
No, he's talking about Oliver Cromwell as in the old, the new.
No, Oliver Cromwell. Yeah. He was an
New Model Army. New Model Army, he called it.
He was a great oppressor under the order of the king.
I guess Sentient Dildo would be familiar with the oppressors.
Oh yeah, he would. It's like beheads old Charles I because he thinks he's a tyrant. Then he becomes a tyrant, and they get rid of him and bring in Charles II.
Well, in the old Irish, we would say slan or sluncha. So,
Pat says no, it's half and half. Look at that shit. Damn.
Yeah, he's speaking Gaelic.
Wow. Eric K, my man, says I've had those. Damn.
Yeah, find a place that has both Bass and Guinness and ask for a black and tan. They're not bad. They really aren't.
And you'll find it more regularly overseas, but there are places here that have them.
Damn. I wonder where I would have to go to here in Houston to find some shit like that.
Do you have like British type restaurants or anything like that around?
We had
to
one
be honest. In Houston, hell no, man.
Okay.
There's been Irish, but and I'm not gonna say that there's not one, but it's not like some big publicly known spot. Come on, man. We're fucking Houston, Texas, man. It's like,
well, you were bragging the other week about all the different foods you had in that area.
No. What I didn't say nothing about foods. I said there's there's a lot of diversity out here, man.
Diversity. Okay.
Yeah, but it's like, fuck, you talking about some shit like that? No.
Okay, well.
I mean, but they do have Irish pubs out here.
I mean, up here we have a place in the downtown Minneapolis. I don't go to it no more because it's in Minneapolis and they've gone to hell in that town. Needless to say, I won't go any further on that, but it's called Brits Pub. And, whenever I want my bitter craving, that's where I always went to. And Banger and Mash and Cornish pasties. And,
shit, Juice Cannon 84 says beans and toast, British restaurants.
Never had beans and toast, though.
What the fuck is beans and toast?
Beans and toast. It's a breakfast. What they have for breakfast.
I don't know what
baked beans on toast.
Nah, come on, man. You talking about Boston baked beans? I heard that shit ain't even real.
No, Boston. Not Boston. Just baked beans. Just baked beans.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, I heard when you go to Boston, you can't find no baked beans.
No, probably not.
It's
if you're curious of what he said in Gaelic, it's I don't remember the pronunciation. I think it's Chagatlafla it sounds like Klingon, and Gaelic really sounds like Klingon to me.
It does.
And but I think Michael Collins is the one who originated that. It was like our day will come is what it means. The Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay. Something's got him.
Nah, it's just a bunch of comments came in the last like minute or two, and there's been a shitload of them ever since we said all this shit. So it's like, yo,
what? Pickle deals?
No, hold on. Right here it says Juice Cannon says patchouli. He says armpits. Shit. Zach says, a Punk Waddle Coors Light is my very un-Canadian go-to. Oh shit. And Juice Cannon says they smell like Downtown Brown. What the fuck is Downtown Brown? Heineken is piss water. What the fuck? That was a sentient dildo.
Coors is piss water.
Coors.
And I love Coors every once in a while, but it's really a very thin beer.
Mm-hmm. That and Bud, yeah. I like make some like my brain melt, also known as grain belt. That's what we have around the Twin Cities. I don't know if they in Minnesota know that. I don't know how far out that goes, but
I'm just not a big fan of hoppy beers. I don't like too much hops in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's only my little pet.
Nick is a crazy cool guy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Nick is awesome.
I'm glad I finally got to really meet him.
Yeah, Nick is he's good, man. This is he got a lot going on, man. It's hard to get him on like by himself because he's involved in a lot of other shit.
And of course, Flaccid Phoenix is in the house too, by the way. Good friend of ours.
Oh, Flaccid Phoenix, yeah, Flaccid is he's funny as shit.
Flaccid says hard liquor or get out. I only drink when it comes to hard liquor. I prefer the Irish whiskeys. I drink Bushmills Black. Jameson's good, don't get me wrong, but I prefer Bushmills Black.
I go for the single malts myself. I like Bushmills single malt. I think that's pretty good. Of course, your various Scotch whiskeys, single malt Scotch.
Well, I think isn't Black the single malt?
It might be. I'm trying to remember because I think you're absolutely right. And look who we got in the house.
Okay, I was going to just sit in the private chat because I didn't know if I was going to get on. I thought you guys were like, all right, pissed at me. Like we're just replacing.
Nah.
Like Gary's just replacing Vidge. Just it. We're tired of him being late every week.
We've been meaning to talk to you about that, Vidge. Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
No.
Come on, man.
We need our vigilante here, man.
But yeah, it's funny. I have Jameson. I actually like Tullamore Dew a little bit more. You were talking about.
Yeah, you know what? I did try that, and it was pretty good.
What is that?
It's an Irish whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Is it mixed with anything?
Nah. It's just a straight Irish. I mean, I don't know how I know there's whiskey experts who know how everything's made. I used to be into that. Now I just forgot all. I don't remember. But I'm kind of with Flaccid Phoenix. I can't mess with beer, man. I can't do it. It's just not for me. I can drink hard liquor. I can drink tequila. I'm more of a whiskey guy in general. I could drink tequila. I could drink vodka.
Try this one. I'm sharing it now for your screen there.
All right.
This is the one. It is absolutely, in my opinion, the single best whiskey I've ever had.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it, but
Black Bush. I wonder what they call it.
Black Bush, buddy.
Sounds like some shit you see on the hub. What the hell is this?
70s, man. 70s whiskey right there.
Oh shit! Hey,
I like Black Bush, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, shit.
I've never
I'm
mixed
a
with
fan.
no whiskey before, but
Oh,
okay.
that's your boy.
I like Black Bush. I like whiskey, so I'll try it.
I won't confirm.
Yeah,
This really is, and I agree with Men's Journal, one of the best whiskeys in the world. I drink it, and it's delicious. And they do carry it occasionally. Jameson's more often, but you'll catch it at Sam's Club every once in a while in their booze section.
See,
that's the stuff. Black Bush. How 70 are you?
That's very 70s.
Zach says that's your stepmom's Black Bush. Oh shit! Zach, I know, man. I don't know what he put on himself, but this my man is slippery. Juice Cannon says I like black shaved.
I see.
Sentient Dildo says I like Black Bush now with vaginal secretions.
There you
go.
Yo, we're just feeding lines to the chat.
Yo,
I tell you,
going in.
He's the movie geek. Shout to
the straight man to the chat.
Oh yeah,
well, yeah. Your partner in pop culture mindfielding says liquor. I don't even know her.
He's like, yo, that's some wild shit. Yeah, that's some funny.
It's
shit.
funny. Most people when they meet Keith, they think he's the sweetest, kindest, G-rated guy in the world. I know Keith.
Well, part of it is the playing off you, so it's like comparatively, he comes off a lot more, nicer and yeah, austere is a good word.
Yeah, but he's triple X's all the way, right?
He is not dissimilar to me when it comes to a foul mouth when playing Xbox. He games, and we've talked privately about our gaming persona because I say things I wish I hadn't said. Especially when I live stream, I'm like, oh god damn it, why did I say that? That is just gonna get me too.
Damn. Flash the Phoenix says Gary's never the straight man on the stream. That's fucked up. Yo.
Oh my god, I love Mountain Dew. I don't get to drink coffee for
Bruce Cannon said dwarves are born with black beards down there. I feel you, man. He's about the new Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Yo, if they're gonna have a beard, it might be down under. You know what I'm saying? Because
oh god, Eric makes the classic joke. I want to open a casino, liquor up front, poker in the rear.
Poker in the rear. That's an old classic.
My boy Eric K was the pimp.
Well, Keith and I are not very far apart in age, so we have that shared common, pop culture experience, and it's so funny. We like a lot of the same shit, and what's funny though is like musically, even though he really is diverse in his interest in music, but he and I grew up in a lot of the same music, and I joke with him all the time. Don't ever ask Keith a question about black music from the '70s. Talk to Gary. Because I'm the one that listened to funk, and because that was how I really got into drumming. In the '70s, I learned how to play funk drums. So when I went into rock and played in a funk band, I used a lot of double beats, and I played to the bass. Whatever the bass was doing, I would follow with my foot, so it impacted the bass. And I always made the joke, as a drummer, I'm not offbeat, I'm syncopated.
There you go. But other rock drummers did the same thing. I'm sorry. It's Sunday. I cut off Baron
Phil Collins and Stuart Copeland both. Great bass movements on their drumming. No double basses. I hate double basses. I prefer traditional when it comes to playing rock music. 1 foot doing that and 1 foot on the hi-hats.
Yeah.
I can't be racist. I grew up listening to funk. I could be racist, but I'm not. I grew up in that era, and Keith and I talk about the frustration over seeing what's happening today, the tearing down of all the hard work that we did, building race relations.
Oh yeah.
I grew up I moved to Fredericksburg, Virginia. The year after, they desegregated. And it was amazing, or as David Spade would say, amazing to live there. And I went through some great stuff. We live not far from where the movie Radio, the true story, took place.
Oh, man.
And
pretty cool.
But it is funny, dildo, and fuck you.
There you go.
No, the only thing I was sitting back saying is about Keith was sitting back saying about in the 70s. Having living through the 80s wasn't much different too in that area.
Well, 70s really, because like if you listen to a lot of my music, and thank you, Zax, I am a legit musician. I play keyboards and drums. I learned to play piano. I taught myself at 16.
Dope.
Well, I got tired of it because as a drummer, the lead guitarist in one of my bands was asked when we were in a music store, he says, hey, I heard you guys got a band. How many musicians you got in your band? He says, we got 2 musicians and a drummer. And I'm like, oh wow. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to learn piano, goddammit. So you can't. And piano is technically a percussion instrument. So I learned it really easily. And I went to it. I just fucking love playing piano. And I lose time now. So I had to sell my piano because as a comic book artist, it was eating into my work time. I was spending hours and I'd lose hours. Seriously, when you get in a zone, doing artwork, writing, or doing music, any one of those, 8 hours will go by in a blink.
Yeah. Hours can go by if you do music. Do you have any music in the internet? I know this is now just music out there. Oh man, I didn't know.
If you look up Cohen's Ghost, I'll just show it to you real quick.
Yeah.
This is my channel on YouTube. You can listen to some of my original music.
Okay.
But our channel, doing this right now is eating up all my bandwidth, so it's slow. It's Grandpa Internet over here on the right. I'm getting there. Give me a second, you son of a bitch. Or if it's like my grandpa, some bitch.
Some bitch.
I loved it when my grandpa would say that.
I think I found it.
I'm so tired of those sons of bitches or some bitches. Let's see. There we go. And I will go to my channel, and then I will share my screen. And I put a lot of personal stuff in there that's not even music related. Like I love Phil Hartman and Dennis Miller, and so if I'm going to throw up a clip, I don't put it on our channel, Pop Culture Mindfield. I put it on my personal channel with Cohen's Ghost. And
I found it, and I'm now subbed. I see Zax is already over here.
There you go. There you go. You can show the channel if you want to.
Yeah.
And I do all the artwork for my albums. So there's a cool painting at the top of the page.
All right. That's
I shared it in there if you want to do it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's in there. 24 if you want to share. And it's I don't have very many subscribers. I don't promote it. I didn't start it admitting that I'm the same person. Like I didn't even connect Blade Zone, my work with the Blade Runner fan club, with me personally until the last 2 to 3 years because of Pop Culture Minefield, because people needed to know who I am and all the weird shit that I do. Mm-hmm. But 24, do you see it? The link? Sure.
Yeah, let me
there you go.
There we go.
This is it. Cohen's Ghost. And it was really funny because my nickname in the Army, my call sign was Ghost. And I was writing the music, didn't know what to go by. And my best friend says, you should call it Cohen's Ghost because a lot of your reviews said you sound like Leonard Cohen and you write like it. Very serious stuff, very poetic. And I'm like, yeah, but he's still alive. And he goes, oh, that's even better. But now Cohen's dead. Leonard Cohen's dead. Now I'm Cohen's Ghost.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a Leonard Cohen reference.
Yeah. And also you can see the interview with me on national TV with Kurt Yeager and Shane Moore over my book. Because Kurt Yeager from Sons of Anarchy is my business partner with Vindicated Inc.
Oh, man.
He is the character in it. I drew him in the comic book as the character. There's Dennis Miller, but the rest of it's my music and shit like that. Also my video gaming. Here you can see me take out a team. Watch this shit. In less than 18 seconds, I took out a team +1. And I only had to do a change of mag one time. Yeah, I don't know if it'll play. There it is. Hold on, let's get that going again.
Kill his ass.
I ran over here because I heard a guy, and then I'm like, oh, he's in here. And I heard the other guy running in, shot him, and there's one more guy running towards me. I heard him. I had 2 shots left. Oh, it missed. Let me go back. God damn it. I shot this guy midair with the last 2 bullets in the magazine. Here we go. Landed, reloaded, and killed the next guy. That's my +1.
Huh.
That was the other team +1. The entire team. I love gaming. And it's one of the things that Keith and I share is a love for first-person shooter gaming.
FPS.
And that's something a lot of people don't know about Keith, is that he's a gamer.
No, he's just a smooth talker in my book.
Yeah, he is. Pretended to be the nicest guy in the room. What's that? Dildo said.
Ghostface Killer would be a much better name, but too bad it's already taken in reference to the rapper Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
And
Juice is out of here.
You would actually enjoy this 24.
What's that?
Often when I go into gaming in clan matches, and for a while I was in one of the top clans, and but I go in and I pretend that I live in a group home and I'm mentally handicapped. I would talk like this. Hi guys, I hope I don't break your players.
Oh shit!
They would get so. I talk shit. I'm a shit talker when it comes to gaming. I have driven those annoying little kids that like to get on Xbox.
Right.
I will drive them out of a room. I'll go to them like, "What's your name, little girl?" "Hi, I'm a boy." "Oh, that's even better." "You got any hair down there?" "I'm going to mute you." "Oh no, don't do that."
Damn.
My daughter, you'd hear my daughter yelling in the background, "Dad, stop messing with people."
Classic Phoenix says, "I love Gary flexing his acting chops."
I have no acting chops.
It's all Gary.
It's
all the time.
Weird.
Zach says, "Ascension dildo, you're just giving them a dildo pass." Zach's, I'm charitable like that too, bro.
Yeah, we get the dildo because of him.
That's some funny shit, man.
How old were you the first time you ever used the word dildo? Saying something. Just using
Who? Sentient?
No, any one of you.
I can't remember.
I know exactly how old I was the first time
I was a fucking grown dude before I figured out what the fuck that was.
I was 13.
I wasn't no little kid talking about no dildo. I can say that right now. I was no teenager, and I wasn't even in my fucking early 20s with that shit. Yeah, it had to be.
When I was 13. Yeah. I yelled out and called a kid a dildo. I said, "You dildo," like South Park, and then some upperclassman yelled at me, "Boy, you don't even know what that word means." And I went, "Sure I do. It's that guy." Then, like after everybody left, I turned to one of my buddies and said, "What is a dildo anyway?" And he goes, "I don't know." So we went and looked it up at the library. Went to a public library and found out what a dildo was. And my mind was like, why does this exist? Why would you need that? I don't understand what a rubber penis is for. This makes no sense to me. It absolutely blew my little mind that thing was what it was. But then the word became even funnier than me. And I got kicked out of class for saying it in class. Like I said, I finished the exam, and so I like ducked my head down and went and yelled, "Dildo!" And they were like, "Who said that?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe the dildo?"
Zach says a YouTube highlight is the same is the time Arwen Avalon pronounced dildo's name. Wow. Yes. Eric K said, I think I was in elementary school, like 5th or 6th grade.
I think that's about when I was about 5th, 6th, maybe 7th. No, that one. 24. You just led a sheltered life, man.
Man. I didn't think I did because I was wild as fuck. But
Are you?
Yeah, when it came to a penis that wasn't mine, I had no knowledge of it, so I don't know what to tell you.
Me? Oh, you asking? Who are you asking, Gary? Me?
I was asking 24 if he was Catholic because I know.
No, I'm just saying if it had anything to do with a penis that wasn't mine, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't. I know.
I'm kind of with 24. I had no knowledge. So I can't tell you when I heard of it.
So if it was another person's dick or a plastic one or some other shit,
yeah. If
it wasn't mine, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
I was I was concentrated on
Yeah.
Yeah,
the one you got, not some rubber
like,
one.
I was like, yo, something plastic? What the fuck is that? What I got my own shit.
I feel like maybe high school or after high school, somebody.
To be honest, and it's funny because there was, there was pussy and fucking and all kind of shit going on, but when it came to a plastic penis, something that wasn't mine, I had no knowledge of that shit. Yeah, I was like, yo.
See, I know.
Okay,
I don't. What, Aaron?
Oh, I could say the only reason why I know is because I'm a disappointing lover. That's why.
What the fuck happened to you? What?
I got to tell you a quick story about that in high school. There was this kid named Rolf. His dad worked on the tiles for the shuttle, and his real name was Rolf. And I used to tell him, I'm like, dude, do not use your name. Use your middle name.
Someone like the Muppet.
Yeah, ROL. Yeah.
Yep.
And
good Norwegian name.
God bless him. His name was Rolf Ordahl, and his dad was one of the guys that worked on the shuttle tiles. And he was talking about how his sister had a dildo, big old dildo, and we're like, "Oh, bullshit," And he's like, "Oh no, it's true." And basically, my buddy Bennett's like, you'll prove it. Bring it to school. No, my sister will kick my ass, and he's like, she will not. Just bring it in, and you'll take it back home. She'll never be none the wiser. So a few days go by, and then all of a sudden he's like yelling at us in the locker hallway, and he's like, guys, and he's got a big paper bag and he's waving it at us. And we're like, what? And we walk up and he opens it to show what's in there. And Bennett, God fucking bless that guy. I love that guy. He's still one of my friends. Fucking grabs that fucking bag, like bolts with this bag with a dildo in it, running down the hallway, wiggling it in the air. We're laughing, and Rolf's like, "Oh my god, my brother or my sister's gonna kill me." We're like, "No, she won't. She won't admit it." And so I didn't know what happened. I really didn't know what happened. And then driver's ed was like one of our last classes of the day, and we all pile into the auditorium. And in this auditorium is a friend of mine, Richard Gavis, who's famous because he was in the family. He was one of the survivors when his brother went on a shooting rampage and killed everybody except for him and his sister. They survived because they were elsewhere. Everybody else in the house was murdered and made national news. We grew up together. He was in the Catholic Church with me. And so we were friendly, and he used the whole thing to try to be cool and fuck with people. And I whispered to him, I said, "Don't try that shit with me. I know you. I'll kick your ass." Because he poked a guy in the ass with a fucking pocket knife one day. I'm like, "You try that shit with me, I will fuck you up." But great guy. We're sitting in there, and I look up, and I notice there's a big towel over the podium where the teacher, because we're in the auditorium, and our teacher, I won't say his name, went behind the podium and looked and saw this towel draped over the microphone on the podium. And he whips the towel off of there, and there's that fucking dildo sticking straight up on the podium. And I'm like, "Bennett, you motherfucker." I'm like, "Oh shit." And everybody erupts in laughter in this room. And he grabs that towel, wraps it up in there, the teacher does, and storms up the aisle going out the door. And Richard yells out, "We're going to check your trash later and make sure you actually throw it away." He had a reputation for liking boys. And it was funny. It was funny. And Rolf was like, "I'm destroyed. My sister's going to kill me now." I'm like, "She won't do shit because your parents will never find out. That's why. She's scared of her parents, just like you are." But I always felt bad for him because, he never got that dildo back for his sister.
Pat says, "Yikes." And Gomer Kyle said, "What's up, my friends? What's up, Gomer?" Zach says, "Hi, Kyle." Hey, Gomer Kyle. Gomer Kyle says, "Sentient bzz bzz." And Pacific 414 says evening all. And Sentient Dildo said, "What's up, 414?" And Zach says he's referring to driving buggies. Wow.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't know what the fuck that is either, but I'm like, shit, if you want to call it a driving buggy, that's what it is. Eric K says that Gomer Kyle, hey, how you doing? And Gomer Kyle says, Perez, how's it going? So everybody's saying what's up to everybody, but boy, I tell you what, we got a lot of
they forgot about us. They're talking to each other now.
Yeah, we got a lot of explaining to do on this motherfucker. Zach says cuz Gary's old.
I don't know what that even means either.
I don't even know what. Yeah, you know, Eric K says Gomer Kyle not bad.
I say that to you, Zach. I think I say "fuck you" to you so many times.
Gary's not too much older than me. That's the scary thing.
Yeah, I'm 57, going to be 58 here in just a couple months.
I'm 53, so in September I'll be 54. So we're kind of roughly in the same era.
Yeah,
Keith's the same way. He's a few years younger than me. But we're close enough to where we shared those same things that we like.
Mm-hmm.
Gomer Kyle says 24. Sorry about missing the pre-show. It's all good, brother. You know, shit. I know you was with us in spirit, man. So it's all good.
Keep begging for forgiveness, Gomer Kyle. He does not let those
things nah, man.
Honestly, he does.
Gomer Kyle is awesome as fuck. Nah, he's good, man.
Hey, Pacific, thanks for sharing the show on Twitter.
Huh?
Pacific's a good guy.
He shared your show on Twitter.
Who, Gomer Kyle?
No, Pacific.
No, Pacific.
Oh, thank you, Pacific. I didn't know. I didn't understand what anybody was saying, man. But thank you for sharing it, man. Yeah, if everybody could share the show, please hit the thumbs up if you could. Definitely helps the algorithm. I appreciate y'all. Man, Vigilante.
He's quiet.
Yes. Well, every time I talk, I get cut off. So I was like, I'm just going to wait and hopefully a space will show up. And then I have nothing to say. I have nothing to contribute to the conversation about dildos. So what's up?
Man, how you been, man?
I've been. How about yourself? How you doing, man?
Good, man. I'm good, man. It's good to have you here, man.
Hey, I appreciate being here, man.
So do you make it home okay there, Vigilante?
Apparently. Looks like it. Yeah, Houston was dope. Hopefully, I'm planning on moving out there in a few months. Hopefully, I can be out there.
Around what time? If you don't mind me asking, around one.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying like,
but like
towards like towards the end of the year.
No, like spring, like very soon.
Oh, that shit is soon as shit. Yeah, before the summer.
Spring. Yeah, like before summer. So we'll see.
24 is trying to get me to move down there. He's tired of hearing me bitch about the weather up here.
Yeah, I don't want to go up north again. But who knows? I mean, that's maybe where my travels take me. Who knows? But yeah, the plan is to get to Houston in a couple months. I don't really have much to contribute to the conversation. I don't really, because you know what, man? I'll be honest. I don't really pay attention to a lot of entertainment stuff like I used to. I just don't care. I mean, I just like, you're ruining Lord. It's every week it's a new franchise. So I was just like, I don't even. What do? You just you get numb to it almost. So.
Right. So basically,
I have no life, so that's all I do. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Well, Vigilante is like, fuck it. You watch Lord of the Rings and the fucking characters are turning black in that bitch. It's like,
just
yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, when it comes to shit like that, it's like I give you an example, man. Like, no bullshit, man. I'm working on a video right now. Should be done. Shit, maybe in the next hour or two. If I don't put it out tonight, I'll put it out tomorrow. But it's like, I'm working on a video where it's like, everybody is watching this Peacemaker video show, right? So it's out on HBO Max. Everybody's going crazy for Peacemaker. I understood what happened at the end of it. Where James Gunn was able to basically piece together the end of the show using Marvel Studios. So basically, the end of Peacemaker was created by Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios. Because if anybody doesn't understand at this point, it's like, yo, Peacemaker was done being shot. And I know, we spoke about it earlier, but just in case you haven't heard of it, Peacemaker was done being shot. Ezra Miller shows up in Guardians of the Galaxy #3. So basically, James Gunn sits there and he's filming Guardians of the Galaxy 3, knowing that he still wanted to add something else to the end of Peacemaker. And Marvel Studios hears about what he's trying to do and says, you know what? Whatever you're trying to do for Peacemaker, go ahead and fucking film it. So he goes ahead and he films, Ezra Miller as the Flash showing up for Peacemaker season finale using all of Marvel Studios technology, using their fucking equipment, everything else. So basically, everything that you see in Peacemaker's season finale, it's all recorded by Marvel Studios.
Really?
Yeah. No bullshit.
How? From
the
a
thing is,
standpoint,
it's like basically Marvel Studios knew what he wanted to do or what he needed to do because even after he finished filming Peacemaker, he had a little bit extra that I guess he came up with after the fact. They heard about what he needed to do and they told him, hey, go ahead and go for it. Go ahead and film it and just fucking put it out there. So the fact that he had Ezra Miller in-house in the studio, because look, this next Guardians of the Galaxy movie is going to have Ezra Miller in it. But since he had Ezra Miller there and Marvel Studios knew what he wanted to do with Ezra Miller for Peacemaker, they told him, hey, you know what? Whatever the fuck you want to do, just record it here and fucking use it for your Peacemaker show. And this is Marvel Studios coming at James Gunn. So he fucking filmed it and he added it on to Peacemaker. That last episode when the Justice League showed up, all that is fucking Marvel Studios, man. All that shit, bro.
So wait, I haven't seen any of Peacemaker. I didn't. I mean, I saw like clips and stuff, like funny clips they put on the internet.
Right.
Haven't seen the show, so I guess. And I overheard you saying it earlier. And you just said it that the Justice League show up, but I'm thinking like, don't you got to ship out costumes? Don't you got to to use Marvel stuff? It's like, how from a corporate standpoint did that work? I guess is my thought.
Well, because
I guess
healthy DC is really what it's about. Marvel needs a healthy DC for competition.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you ever looked at the relationship between what Gary's saying, if you ever looked at the relationship between Marvel and DC, the best time, the times that they were at their best was when, and I'm talking even from way back in comics. The only time that DC and Marvel was at their best was when they were basically feeding off each other to one up each other on different things, and even if not that, they shared a lot of creative talent. And Baron, came up with he asked me, he said, hey, look, do you think that all this happened just for the simple fact that Marvel went through what they went through with James Gunn? They had to fire him and bring him back and the whole shit. You think they did that just to owe him one? But then I was like, well, at the same time, James Gunn, outside of his Guardians in the Galaxy, he had a lot more input in the Marvel universe than what people expect.
Yeah, he did.
Or what they know. And for what it was all worth, just for Marvel to have gotten him back, but then DC was the one that James Gunn up when no one else would give him work. It's kind of one of those things that, you know, it's kind of interesting to see how Marvel would have gave him the opportunity to shoot some Warner Brothers DC type shit in their own studio. So for Marvel to allow James Gunn to film some DC type shits in a Marvel studio, what did Marvel owe to James Gunn? Or basically, what did they have to basically show him that they are on his side in order for that kind of shit to let happen? Especially when he's recording something for a competitor's studio.
Not only that, I'm starting to look into it. It looks like some of the test footage for Guardians of the Galaxy was filmed by the DC crew. Like it looks like some of the screen tests.
Right.
DC and the Peacemaker crew filmed some of the screen tests for I can't pronounce the brother's name. Chukwudi Uwaj. Sorry if I mispronounced the brother's name. And apparently and some of Ezra Miller's screen test was filmed by the DC crew. Man, I hate to, I'm not even gonna say what I think.
No, go for it, man.
Because it sounds because I'll sound like a crazy person.
Nah, no, you don't. Come on, man. It's you.
Crazy person. Man, like, because it's just weird that it's weird.
It's basically like one hand's washing the other, but you don't understand why.
And so I can't help but to think there was some connected stuff. And like people have brought up like WCW and WWF where they working together, right? Well, back in the day.
Right,
because
right.
They
NWO
made
type
so much
shit.
money together. Yeah. Was it real? Because they made so much money together. They, that wrestling at one point, 10 million people watch. And then, as big as superhero movies as a brand have been. Even DC, everyone talks about some of the movies. A lot of these movies have made 800 million, 900, a billion. You know what I mean? We talk about the Wonder Woman, the first Suicide Squad, Batman versus Superman. These movies made huge money. And like you said, there is a profit in having the other successful, even if you're one. So it feels really connected. I remember when the pandemic started, there was some people who wanted a big crossover, and that talk started like, hey, let's do a big Justice League. It was only the comic book writers,
right?
But it kind of bled into it. It got shut down, but a lot of people wanted the Justice League Avengers sort of thing, and I don't know. I wonder if this leads to something like that. If this is the first steps towards a crossover like that.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, about 2 or 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, they were talking about if there were ever to be a DC MCU, DCEU MCU crossover, the only thing that would make the whole thing come together would be James Gunn. And they were saying that it's the fact that both studios respect him enough to the point where, if I'm not mistaken, he pitched the idea of a DCEU MCU crossover in movies. He pitched it. And the thing is, there's too much legalities and everything else that might prevent this thing from happening. But they said if there was anything that would ever make the two universes cross, it would be because of his involvement. Because there's nothing else outside of both studios that would make the studios even fuck with each other. And the first instance that you see is that the MCU allowed James Gunn to record some Peacemaker shit for HBO Max.
Yeah. And I mean, here's another thing. It's like obvious, but Spider-Man, even though Spider-Man's a Marvel character, the movie property is still owned by Sony. and we see Marvel and Sony, even if they don't always agree with each other, that work with each other because fucking No Way Home made billions of dollars. You know what I mean? This would be $1 billion property. I could see it possibly happening. I get that there's legalities, but a lot of that's just stuff rich people signing off on shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a lot of money to be made, and I could see something. I wonder if this is going to be the setup for something like that. It may not, but that's my thought.
But to be honest, it actually could be.
It could be
because of who's involved and the fact that both studios respect James Gunn equally. To let him come on, man. I mean, dude, this James Gunn, before he got canned from fucking Marvel because of his pedophile fucking rants and bullshit,
he's still a creepy fucker.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to be the guy that's supposed to bring the space part of the MCU to fruition, which means Guardians of the Galaxy, Nova, all this other shit. And the fact that he got canned before it happened because of his bullshit, DC hired him. They let him go with the Suicide Squad. Now to the point where they trust him so much to where it's like it's Peacemaker TV show. I heard there's supposed to be another character or two that's supposed to have their own show after the fact. And then there's a Suicide Squad 2. Dude, he pulled the whole Justice League coming in at the last episode of Peacemaker for the season finale, done by Marvel. Bro, if there's anything that's gonna happen, man, this has to be the closest thing. This has to be the closest thing from DC and Marvel to fucking come together. It's behind one dude, man.
This could be the test. This could be the test to see if it could, how it could work. Is the safest thing to do is have, you start off with something small like this. It's like, well, yeah, this could work. Or, it was a nice try, but we won't. I mean, stranger things have happened in that area, actually.
Nah, this means something though, man.
Oh yeah,
they're not gonna let this shit happen just for the fuck of it, man. Whether it's to repay James Gunn or for some other shit. The fact that they let Ezra Miller suit up as the Flash or whatever the fuck, and do whatever the fuck he was gonna do, and it happened on in MCU Studios. Come on, man.
And here's another thing to consider. I mean,
like, who the fuck does that? Like, how the fuck am I gonna let you record some shit that my competitor is gonna use for their shits? But I'm just gonna say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm cool with it. You can record my competitors, shit in my studio. Who the fuck does that?
Work for my competitor while I'm paying you at the same time, and we'll help you. That's crazy. And here's another thing to consider. I know Disney's not in that acquisition mode as of a few years ago, but Warner Brothers / Discovery is for sale. The whole merger was to hopefully sell to a bigger company, Amazon,
right?
Apple,
I remember that.
Maybe Disney's interested themselves in buying more IP, owning more of your childhood.
Right.
Oh, they are.
Warner Brothers. They're interested. Apparently, they're going to be. I mentioned WWE. Apparently, they've already started that thing. They're going to potentially buy WWE. They're already doing deals in other countries.
I would be surprised. Well, look, the whole thing got started because Bob Iger felt that the future of Disney would be in better shape if they had IPs that were attractive to young boys that grow up, because they had the female market. They always have. But kids, when they hit a certain age, 12 to 13, start walking away from Disney. And they wanted to find a way for 12 and older boys to want to stay with Disney. So Marvel was acquired, followed by Star Wars. But what do after they get them is they start gearing it towards girls.
Right.
Yep.
The opposite reason why they got it. And so
then insulting the boys. Not just that.
Yeah.
We're not going to gear it away from the boys. We're going to insult the boys. The Force is female.
Yeah.
All this other crap.
And they kind of shot themselves in the foot. I mean, they got those first, few movies, but all the merchandising money they lost, all the other stuff they lost.
Merchandising.
the park money they lost. Jack Murphy, he can explain it. I mean, but honestly, this seems like this doesn't seem like cucking. It seems more like a olive branching. It seems like it's gonna go somewhere, either a crossover, potentially there's acquisition talks. Who knows?
So we're not
Yeah,
going to
hey,
Cuckman. It's Cuckman.
Cuckman, Jack Murphy. Such Diddles being funny, but this is exactly what happened. They just said, "Yeah, go ahead, just use our equipment, use our stuff. Go ahead, film a totally different studio. We have no affiliation. Just go ahead, no big deal. This never fucking happens." And so, something I can't believe this is just some isolated thing, and it may go somewhere. Maybe
right. Yeah. Record this shit. Holla at your boy. Damn. Sentient boy, he got a way of putting shit.
And then Sentient Ditto later on says, "I thought they did something else with the young boys once they get them." We weren't talking about that. I know that's Hollywood. I know we were talking about James Gunn. I know we were talking about Hollywood execs and some of the crazy stuff behind the scenes. We did not mean that, though. We did not mean that.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Coreys here.
Or cuties. Or Michael Jackson when he was young.
I was fucked up, man.
Or actually Tevin Campbell. Or Amanda Bynes.
Tevin Campbell. Damn.
Or
damn, Vigilante, you fucking me up. Or
wasn't it a bunch of other Drake and Josh, I think also. There's a lot of that, man. Yeah. Hollywood is wild. And actually one of them grew up. Did the same shit. I can't remember if it was Drake or Josh.
No. It was it was the other motherfucker. Yeah, he did get caught up in that. Yeah. I saw that shit.
It was Josh.
It might have been. One of them got caught up in it.
Yeah, one of them did. No, I think it was. Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah, because see, one of them did the. What was that fucking movie? One
of them actually.
No, one of them did that. The Dawn movie. They did one in the 80s, and then they did one with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, huh? Red Dawn.
Yeah. So it's not him, it's the other motherfucker. So whoever was in Red Dawn, it's the other guy.
Charlie Sheen?
No, the one with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, that
the second one. Mm-hmm.
No, but the thing is, one of the guys from Josh, yeah, he was in that Red Dawn with Chris Hemsworth. He was the second most important person on there.
It's Drake. Drake Bell is the guy that's the creeper. Josh is the guy that was in Red Dawn.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Josh. so Drake fucked up.
Yep. Of course it's Drake. But yeah, it's actually his full name is Jared Drake Bell. So that's of also reference Drake, Jared. The fucking guy. Yeah, apparently he was trying to fuck with a 15-year-old. Real creepy stuff. Yeah. Hollywood's a creepy place, man.
Well, that's the same shit with Jared Leto. That's been around for a while. While he was with his band, he liked the young girls.
Mm-hmm. What is with Jerry? As Zach's mentioned, the Subway guy.
What's his name? Yeah. The director that we've been talking about refused to work with him because he called him a pedo. But technically, if you like girls that are post-puberty that are still underage, it's not pedophilia. That's a fetophilia. And
pedophilia?
A fetophilia. And it is different than pedophilia. And
my dog barking on that one, like that's.
I was like, "Fuck!" I'm barking too. I'm like, "Whoa!"
Dog said, "Come on, bro. That's too semantical." It's like
whatever, it is the technical term for it. It is the technical term for it. It's a real term.
Yeah, I do.
Has been a problem probably just as long as pedophilia. There's this interest in young boys and young girls that have hit puberty that some of these fucking perverts are just gotta have it, and it's fucking sick. It's all sick.
There's a saying they have. I don't want to say the saying, but of course, like Jared from Subway, that's what Zach was referring to there. I was working at Subway when that all hit the fan.
That was crazy too. That's a weird thing in Hollywood and the celebrity space. And like I said, we're talking about Drake and Josh, but it was really there's a exec. I forget this guy's name. He's super fat, but he worked at Nickelodeon.
Oh, you talking about for Nickelodeon?
Yes, and he apparently was finding a lot of kids.
What the fuck his name is?
Mainly Amanda Bynes, but it was a bunch of other ones. And I can't think of his name.
The thing is, he was in a lot of other shows too. He was an actor, man.
Was he?
Yeah, yes, he was. If you talking about the guy that was that dealt with Amanda Bynes, he was an actor. They say this guy was completely fucked. You know, he's trying to make his way back into Hollywood, right?
Really?
Yes, he do.
Did he go to jail for some time?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Did he not? Dan Snyder. Thank you, Google.
Dan Snyder. Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's.
And thank you, Gomer. You got it right at the same time. Pat, you guys came right as I found it. Yep.
It's kind of funny. Back, this would have been about like 2001. I don't think because I think it was before the turn of the year. My daughter had just been born, and I was on an episode of Let's Bowl that was filmed here in the Twin Cities.
Oh, dope.
And my former wife, she was there. She was, taking care. Was on the show with us. She was taking care of the kid. And the one guy who was in charge of the show was just absolutely obsessed with my, just born child. Going, look at the shape of her head; it's so round, so perfect, and just, just gushing over her. And it's like at a certain point, it starts going, okay, we went from actual, wow, wow, that's a good-looking kid to, where are you going with this, sir? I have a sword here. I know how to use this sword.
Oh,
yeah.
Hollywood's a weird place, man. It's the whole entertainment industry. I know Central Dildo fucks with me because I keep saying it. That's why I almost didn't want to say anything about the Warner Brothers and Marvel thing. But man, there's a sick underbelly to the Hollywood industry. Even Cameron Pasha, he came on Culture Crime Fire, soft plug, a while back, and he was talking about how some of the crazy stuff happens in Hollywood. Man, it's a fucked up place. I mean, it's a really weird, seedy. It's not weird. It's just creepy, disgusting, man.
Yeah.
And so it's a good thing you didn't, man, because I always wonder, where do these kids come from? These child stars and stuff like that. A lot of them get kind of halfway sold into Hollywood. Even look up the Spears family. They sold Britney. Britney. Then they had the younger sister. A lot of these, stage parents don't really care what happens to Hollywood, or you don't know what happened to the kids. Lindsay Lohan,
yeah. I mean, it's like, as I was saying, Disney was doing a great job destroying children. Nickelodeon's doing the same thing, but a lot of people that were in charge doing stuff for Disney went over to Nickelodeon, so which is one of the reasons why their shows were like clones. But it's like, well, a lot of other things oozed over, you might say.
Yeah. Well, this has been a problem for years. I mean, even taking away from there, just to use an example, the Catholic Church herded all of the priests that were getting allegations of diddling kids, were all shipped off to New Mexico.
What?
Oof. Yeah. And
I know they moved them around. I didn't know they went to
the funny part was when my dad kidnapped me as a kid to get me away from all the drugs and shit with my family. He considered moving to New Mexico until he found out about that report. And then he moved us all the way across the country to Virginia. And but New Mexico, man, yeah, crazy shit.
That's crazy shit.
What happens even with Hollywood is, instead of firing people, they just move them around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, he makes us a lot of money, or I owe him a favor, and then these guys, instead of getting shit canned or reported to the police, end up getting moved somewhere else. That way, we get rid of the problem. And in the Army, we use the same process because you can't fire anybody in the Army. So what you do is you promote them out of your company if they're a problem soldier. You get the fuck out of your company and make it somebody else's problem.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, because I need to get going, I got to finish this cover. But I thought I'd share. I started drawing Cobra Commander's helmet. If you want to see it real quick.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and maybe move that comment. It's pretty depressing.
There you go.
With the hood.
I'm going to finish both Cobra Commander and Duke today.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I've been doing this while we've been talking. And I'll do a nice little gradient reflection here and some here, and then I'll do the damage to it with the glass and increase the glass breaking all the way up to the cheekbone.
Well,
let me ask you this: how much would you charge me for that autograph?
This is digital art, so are you saying you want like a print of it or a copy of the comic?
Either one.
Because you can just buy the comic and send it to me, and I'll sign it for you, and I won't charge you anything. You just pay for the postage.
All right.
Oh man. And I have a question about the. Can you not draw the other? Because there was a controversy about the
with the hood.
The hooded version.
You know what?
I'm allowed to use any
Landy, I hit him with that already.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I can draw any version of any character. I just can't draw the hood. It's a rule that's been there since Marvel that they don't want the hood drawn because of the similarity to a certain racist
KKK.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
so this is so this rule is not new because obviously there was a big thing about it.
No, actually,
a couple years ago.
It is new.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
you
thing
said,
is,
you said it's Marvel. How long did it go with that?
I don't know. I gotta get my dog off my. You are so hot, little girl. I'm sorry.
And that's a hell of a comment to keep up there. 24 to such a dildo.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know you just.
Yeah, I was just kind of shit.
Sheesh.
Oh my god, dildo's controversial.
Not controversial. It's just that's actually less of the controversy.
No way.
That's more dildo's controversy. Just him talking shit. But the other one was actually like very depressing. I'm like, I don't really want to constantly look at that every time I look at the screen.
Dildo says Gary just proves that why women are great at multitasking.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been enjoying working on this, and it's sad, that I'm only going to get my one cover because I was hired back in 2014, 2015 by my buddy Andy Schmidt, and I'm still friends with him. We just talked the other day I want to get him on Pop Culture Minefield, and he was the head of G.I. Joe for years. But just so happens he hires me because I had to go through the vetting process with Hasbro, and I was approved for Transformers and G.I. Joe. And he wanted me to be one of the new cover artists for G.I. Joe in particular. He liked the way I did Transformers, but he was really into the way I did the military stuff. So he was like going out, and they hired the new guy. I'm not going to say his name. And he was giving marching orders.
I know who you're talking about.
And he told him, he says, hey, Gary's the new artist. I want him to do some covers for G.I. Joe. Get him on it. And apparently the guy didn't like veterans, and also because I'm known within a circle of friends to be conservative. So I'm a conservative veteran. He apparently didn't like him, and he never responded to a sing. He just fed me static. He never responded to any of my queries of when I was going to start. And Andy and I talked about it, and he says, well, that's too bad because, they should have been using you the whole time. And Tom felt bad for that. So when that guy left, Tom is now in charge of it. He works with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I love what he's done with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Even with the girl character, I'm like, Tom has brought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back. And we owe it to him that it happened.
Seth Rogen's about to ruin them.
And he does a lot of writing on there. And that's what Tom is. Tom's a senior writer at IDW. And he's an old friend of mine. We were business partners. And so he was like, oh, crap. They never did fucking bring you in. So he immediately put me on 292 so I would get at least one cover before they lost the license.
That's cool. You don't have to tell who the guy is. I'm pretty sure I know
I've
who
said
the guy
it before, but I don't want to talk.
Is his initials
I
AS?
love IDW. I have got a lot of friends at IDW. Ted Adams and Chris Ryle in particular. I mean, you could go to any convention and run into them and say, hey, man, Gary said to say hi. And they would go, oh, tell him why back for us. Because I was IDW's workhorse. I worked on a lot of stuff that I don't get credit for because I was the guy in the background that was doing shit, especially for Tom, because Tom's one of my closest friends. And I would do shit for Tom. And I was originally just I made the animated trailers for IDW. That was what I was originally hired for. I did all the animated trailers for the comic titles, and I did all the promotional marketing videos for IDW itself, and it would play up on the Jumbotron up at the New York Con, at Wizard, out in California with Comic Con. And if you've seen IDW videos back in that period between 2006 through 2011, you've seen my videos. Anything from IDW, I did that. And I did all the trailers for like Lock and Key, when it was a comic, to anything by Steve Niles. I did all the animated trailers for his stuff. I did it for when they had Angel from Buffy. They had the license for a while before Dark Horse took it. And that was what I did. And then one day Tom walked into the office and he goes, Gary's an even better artist than he is an animator video director. And because I went to film school, and so I used that to get me a job at IDW, and they're like, Chris Ryle apparently laughed, is what I was told, that he laughed thinking that Tom was fucking with me. He goes, no, and he walked out of the room, came back with my portfolio, printed, and showed him. And even though I joke and say I was fired immediately as their video director and hired immediately as a comic artist, that's not really what happened. I just stopped doing the videos. There wasn't as much of an interest for it as they initially thought. So I just transitioned over to just working and doing comics with them. And I loved working with them. They're great fucking people.
That sucks. They're losing licenses. They're losing the Hasbro licenses, right? Because that was kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It was announced. That sucks.
Dark Horse lost all the Lucasfilm stuff. Went to Marvel. What's coming back? Indiana Jones and Star Wars is coming back to Dark Horse.
Is that? I didn't know that. Yeah. I'm not shocked because I did hear. I heard a while ago that Disney was going to start outsourcing.
Well, that's where it's going, and so Richard and I, along with Tom Waltz, the three of us pitched an Indiana Jones story, and when Archie read it, he was like, "Holy shit, this is like a movie, but in comic form." I said, yeah, because why wouldn't you want to make the comics like the movies? I mean, that's really what you want to do.
You mean you're going to replace him with a woman?
I wrote this whole story and made it a movie called Indiana Jones and the Eye of the Pyramid. And I came up with this story, wrote most of it, the synopsis, and then Tom would walk in and he would help me with the writing and editing. And Richard Bonk, I'm not going to draw it. It would be drawn by Richard Bonk. And we pitched it and they loved it, but the problem was they knew in advance, way before anybody else, that they were losing the license. Of Lucasfilm. And so they said, we can't tell you why, but we can't do this. And I'm like, oh, and then we found out about what happened. It was like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Why they didn't want to do it? Because he loved it. So now they're getting it back. We're going to be pitching it again to Dark Horse.
Good job. Good luck with it. I hope you guys can get it going. And hey,
I don't want to draw it. I like writing, and because my neck and my arm, I know my career is dwindling, and as an artist, it's harder for me to draw today. That's why it takes me so long to do this cover for G.I. Joe. But the fact is I can write until I die, and I love writing, and I'm a very good writer. Even Script Doctor knows that shit. He's read my stuff. Really good. You're a good writer. I'm like, I know. I just have to work harder when I do it. But you'll see. I'm hoping we get it. And then Keith says I can take over for Gary.
Hey, we can tag out Pop Culture Mindfielders.
Dildo, go fuck yourself again. I know what you're joking.
Transition.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, speaking of guys that can go fuck themselves, and I'm sorry to harp on it, but I just want to. It was the initials of the G.I. Joe guy, AS. That's all I want to know.
I can neither confirm or deny.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I know you were talking about that.
Once again, I love, because I kind of shit on him the other day with Andy, and Andy was like, "Oh, he's a good guy. Don't be too rough on him." I'm like, the motherfucker wouldn't talk to me.
He's known to do some douche.
That's what Andy said. I realized I need to lighten the fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a commie. He's a commie prick. But,
I know you're talking about that. He's kind of famous. He's kind of famous for being a jackass. Honestly, he's famous for being a jackass on Twitter. That's how I know of him, of the guy. But hey, to respect your wishes, and I hope
if you go back to some of my when I talk about it on Pop Culture Minefield, I've actually said his name on the show.
Okay,
but I feel like I need to stop that shit and be nice.
Honestly, that's probably professionally correct and smart.
It is. Right. You know, it's because I don't give two shits professionally. My career is dwindling anyway.
Yeah,
but I need to be a nicer person sometimes because I tend to be kind of like one dipshit said, you're kind of angry and aggressive, and I'm like, yeah, I am. Yeah. I'm fucking old, so that's what happens.
Shit.
Get old. Get off my lawn.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, man. With that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Oh, I got to stay the whole show. Well, thanks, 24.
Yeah. You know it, man. Dog, you're always welcome here, man. But just wanted to tell everybody out there, thank you for checking us out, spending time with us. We love to actually be able to talk to everybody, make sure everybody's
24. Now I feel like a shithead because that was what Keith was saying, that if I left, then he could jump on. So I think Keith wanted to jump on. I feel awful now.
No, I didn't even know that he says I could take over for Gary.
That's what he meant, was he could take over on here. I thought he was talking about comics, but no, he meant for the show. The show's ending. I feel bad now.
No, I didn't. I had no idea. But you know what? Keith is always welcome here. You know, we would love to get down with Keith and if I would have known.
Yeah, next week, Keith, please.
Yeah.
We should have you on sometime, but you got to be on camera.
Okay, I'll be on camera. I'll hop on camera.
On our show, the Scoop Zone, because I think you'd be fun. But with I don't know, we just have you on as a guest sometime. And because you're not into the pop culture that we're talking about. But
what are you guys usually talking about?
Because I like being in a minority of not being a fan of comics. What did you mean? What did you think I meant?
No, I figured that was not. But no,
he's fucking with you, man.
Yeah, that's what I figured. No, what sort of
I made the joke on the show the other day because I'm the only white guy on the show, and it's like I like being a minority. I meant not liking comics.
Yeah.
You think I meant?
No. What do you guys usually talk about? Because I don't know if I'll just be sitting there staring off into space or not.
Like me.
Well, you can hang out with us before the show and see if it's something you feel comfortable doing. I'd love to have you on there.
No, I'll just check out a link on the old show. I'll just check
Baron's
out
against it because Baron's racist.
Yeah,
obviously.
Gary sat back and said the only way he'll have me on the show as long as I don't have the camera or the microphone on.
You're not black, dude. You're a woman. I won't have you on the show. Too many white people.
Yes, is it?
Oh man.
Well, I mean, I can change that.
But you watch. Someone's going to fucking try to cancel me again.
Yeah.
Again. Oh my God, Zach, thank you. Black voices since '84. I turned 20 in '84. That was a good year. But you go ahead, 24. I'm so glad. I was glad I popped in here with you because I love you, man. You're real cool. And I'm glad that
man, it was actually I had a great time. It's fucking I'm over here trying to hear what the hell Zach said. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Whitey out the res.
Oh shit.
It's the white man's burden, they tell you.
I got to tell you something real quick there, Dildo. I was a paramedic up in Seattle, Washington, and we would travel all the way from Mount Rainier. Our unit was just all over that region, and we would have to go to the Muckleshoot Casino, the Muckleshoot Reservation. And one night, 1 o'clock in the morning, we get a call because it was a 24-hour casino, and we get a call 1 o'clock, adult female. Unconscious, unresponsive. So we get there, we go into the building, left our ambulance, with the lights going. We get this lady. She's apparently had some sort of ischemic episode, and we throw her on the gurney. We start to go out the door, And we walk out the door, our ambulance is upside down in the parking lot with the light going on the asphalt. And I went, back up. We went back inside the casino and called for another unit and law enforcement from the res to come in. Because we're like, somebody was watching us and went out there and rolled our fucking ambulance on the top.
Holy shit.
With the light still going. And I was like, holy shit. I'd never imagined something like that happen. And it happened to me and my partner.
Wow.
Who was the chick? Like, what did they like? What did she see that she wasn't supposed to?
No, she just had an ischemic. It was a race issue, is what it was. They wanted us off the res, and look, the young people, the people that own the casino, they're at the reservation, and those that run it want us there. But there are a lot of people on the res that weren't cool with us being on the reservation. They wouldn't have their own ambulance service, and so I think that's really what that was about. But it was really something to behold, an upside down ambulance with its lights going on the asphalt. Crazy.
Yeah, I thought she maybe saw something she wasn't supposed to, and it's like,
neither
are you motherfuckers.
We had her completely hooked up to leads in oxygen. She was unconscious. She had an ischemic episode, a micro stroke. And she survived it. It was good. But,
that's cool.
She was in the toilet, and I think she pushed it a little too hard.
Basically Elvis Presley. Yeah, I was going to say the same shit.
Majority of cardiovascular events that occur with the elderly, it takes place in the bathroom. It's because the vagus nerve, the vagal stimulation, because it goes right through the center of your heart. And it'll cause TA and SA nodes to misfire, and it can send you into, tachycardia. And then
that's not how I want to go. Just
either. A lot of ways to die. I don't want to die on a toilet.
Yeah,
especially
squeezing a dookie.
Let me at least wipe myself and make it to my bed, and then I can, pass out.
Like my dad. That's how my dad died, putting his pants on. Just had the massive heart attack. He had the Widowmaker, where the SA and TA nodes are dead. They're gone. And he just pulled his pants up and fell back dead. That was it. It was over.
Sorry to hear that, man.
I made fun of him for having dirty britches. I was always messing with my dad. He taught me to be an asshole. He's the one who taught me to be the smart ass. All from him.
But shit, I'm gonna go
in the show now. End the show on that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the show on that shit. So with that, I would like to say thank you, Orange Hat Reviews. It's been a minute since I've seen you, man. Hopefully everything's good with you, man. And I seen you've been trucking along, so thank you for being here, man. Go Macau, Glenzer. What's up, Glenzer? What's going on, man? Zax, Keith, Movie Geek. You already know who that is.
Yeah, he needs to come on here sometime with you.
Yeah, he does, man.
I love that.
Yeah. Keith is awesome, man. Sentient Dildo, Punk Waddle, Zax, Pat S. Let's see who else we got. Goma Kyle. What's up, Goma?
Lord Thoth was here. Oh shit.
Yep, Lord Thoth, my man. Shit. I'm trying to fucking.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up too.
Yeah, it looked like you beat me to it.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Salty Texas Sea.
Oh, Salty was here. I love that.
Yeah. Salty, Salty was here. The Salty.
Flaccid Phoenix, of course, was here.
Yeah, Flaccid Phoenix.
He's a part of our panel on Pop Culture Minefield. Very funny guy. We don't agree on a lot of things, and I don't care. I like him. Doesn't matter.
And Juice Cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juice Cannon. Yeah, Juice Cannon was blowing it up.
I'm scrolling through too. It's like I always want to help the host.
Yeah, and then we got Pacific 414. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Pacific, and along with Eric K.
The lovely Sherry.
Yeah, and the lovely Sherry.
You had some really good comments. Wow, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
I wish they would transition those to comments down below. They really should do that. YouTube should convert those into comments on your video, because they'll go away, and it pisses me off that we lose them.
Sentient dildo.
Comments.
Then we'd have sentient dildo stuff forever. Do we want that?
I think it's fine.
I do. I just got to I have to give him a shot. I have to tweak him.
Even when I want to say "fuck you" to him, it's like, I think
no.
hilarious. I love his shit.
No.
Bottle, of course, is great.
No, Sentient is funny as shit, man. He's fucking awesome.
I love.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Well, with that, just want to tell everybody thank you. Appreciate you guys for being here.
Do we get to promote ourselves?
Yeah. I was gonna say before I go.
Okay.
You heard me right in the middle of saying that. Yo,
Sorry?
I wanted to at least let the panelists let you know where we could find them. Starting with you, Baron. Where can we find you?
You can find me up. What I got going on is with the gentle prodding of my brother from another mother next to me there, 24/7 Fusion. I do have a couple of videos dropping this week, or Tuesday and Thursday. Be on the lookout for them. They'll probably be coming out about 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, on Wednesday, I know Vigilante mentioned, of course, the Amazon Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, but Middle Earth, and some of that. And if you notice, I have kept my mouth absolutely shut about that for many reasons. One of which, the big one, is I'm going to have Zach's on my show on Wednesday at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Baron After Dark. It's going to be a little different than my other ones. We're usually, where we're interviewing. I'm interviewing my guests on there. He and I think, are going to double team and just go after, knives out completely, Amazon for the ridiculous bull that they're pulling on that one. So I'm looking forward to having Zach's on. Please catch us. It's going to be a wild night, I have a feeling, between him and I.
That's way too hub. You and Zach's double teaming Black Dwarfs for Lord of the Rings. I don't really want to watch that, but it sounds interesting. But that's just too hubbish for me. I know this has been a wild show. Oh, you guys talking about the actual? Never mind, I got that confused. Go ahead.
They're not talking about the porn movie, buddy.
Well, no, they said they were going to double team the Lord of. So I thought they were like some hub situation, but they just mean talking about the show.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
a
Dwarf and J twice. See, Cinch and Dildo. That's what I was. That's what I thought was going on. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that.
No. We're not.
I know they got naked yoga, but that seems a bit much. But you're just conversating about
Dwarf with Trois. Yeah, sentient says there. Okay. No, so and of course, catch me here with my fellow kings, and maybe we'll see Gary again soon here, and Keith every Sunday.
Yeah, I like this because I didn't do this for a long time, and I like joining other people. It's kind of fun.
There you go. Yeah, we gotta have you on Culture Crime Fighters one day. Either you and or Keith, because you guys would be dope.
No, I'm not interested in that. No, I'm just teasing you.
No, just
you don't know
you never
my
invited
humor,
me.
24 is used to it. I do this backhanded humor, man, where it's like,
yeah, man, I'm ready for whatever, man. So
somebody go, man, I love your show. It's great. And I'll go, it's okay.
I'm similar, so it works. No worries.
Vidge is smart enough not to invite me. So,
So are you done, Baron? Are we on to the next person?
Yeah, we're on that person. I'm done.
No, actually, we can go to Vigilante.
That's what I
do. I barely stream. I am going to stream in a few hours. I've been wanting to talk about sports being rigged for a while. We were actually supposed to have a guest on aforementioned Culture Crime Fighters this past Wednesday, but he canceled. So I'm just going to do a stream on it myself in a few hours on my own channel, and just bring out all the evidence that sports are probably rigged, man. Even the Super Bowl, Vegas said it was one of the most successful Super Bowls they ever had. So I definitely think there's something to it. So I wanted to present the information on that. So I'll be doing that in a couple hours. And then, of course, Culture Crime Fighters. I think it's Matt's channel this week.
Yeah.
And maybe some pop-up streams of video games. Maybe Sifu, because I just bought that. Maybe, of course, I've been doing the classic game. Sifu. It's a newer game.
Okay.
It's a Kung Fu game. It came out just a couple weeks ago. It's pretty cool.
It ain't Shaq Fu.
It's not Shaq Fu. No.
Oh,
it's a lot more.
All right.
It's a lot more skill required than Shaq Fu.
Well, you know, they got the remastered version of that shit, right?
Do they have a remastered Shaq Fu?
Yeah, it came out a few years ago. They, from the original Shaq Fu that came out a couple of decades ago. They do have a remastered that I've seen. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Dog, you better off with Afro Samurai.
I mean, Shaq Fu was not a good game, but it's just fun that they even redid it. Because wasn't it like a fighting game?
Yeah, it
like
was
more of a Street Fighter type.
Yeah. It was more like on what was that game you've been playing forever?
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like an updated Streets of Rage. But yeah, you can look it up. You can see it's some real shits. And yeah. Going on with you, Gary?
Oh, I'm always doing Pop Culture Minefield. I like jumping on whenever Tom has an opening and he invites me over there on midnight set, so you can occasionally catch me over there. Tomorrow we have our meeting for our Tuesday recording for our show, which is the Scoop Zone. It's getting very popular, where we talk about all the scoops of Mikey Sutton. Open with once again where he's been proven correct, and then we move on to the scoops of the week that we pick. Right. And that'll airs every Thursday at 6:00, except for when I'm late. And and then of course you can catch TGIF on Fridays. That's our gathering. Sometimes we have guests we interview. We're going to have Sarah Frazetta, Frank Frazetta's granddaughter, who's an amazing artist. I worked with her on a comic book, and I said, I want to get you on the show. So she's agreed to come on the show. She's very excited about it. And then, of course, every Saturday, Keith and I do our Saturday morning fun time. And sometimes we'll have a guest on. Sometimes we're just talking about whatever is going on. I want to get 24 on there.
So that's this Friday?
No, TGIF is Fridays. Let me check. She's coming on the 25th. When is that? That'll be this Friday. That's this
right,
Friday.
because I was looking at Frank Frazetta's he did The Shining Knight. From if anybody doesn't know who The Shining Knight is, he's from the soldiers of the Seven Soldiers of Victory, and he was also a part of the All-Star Squadron. Sir Justin. Yeah, they have a Frank Frazetta Shining Knight comic book series that came out, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1982. And he did a bunch of other stuff, but that's where I know him from. And if you're talking about having his daughter on, did he pass away, if I'm not mistaken? Obviously so. How long ago was this?
He died in the 2000s. I was so glad that we got that documentary on him called Painting with Ice and Fire, which is an amazing documentary. If you've never seen it, go watch it. Because I was a student of his and his buddy, Al Williamson, even though he also worked with Bernie. Bernie was one of those artists that I loved to look at, but I was not interested in drawing like him. But Al Williamson and Frank had a huge impact on my own drawing style. Right. And it wasn't until later that my inking changed, thanks to Mike Mignola and Frank Miller, because I liked the way they inked, the hard ink. So, but if you look at my artwork, and Tom Waltz from IDW said this once, that I was the Al Williamson of this generation, because I draw a lot like Al Williamson. I go for the realism. I go for the realistic faces. And if you want to know who he is, he, of course, is the guy who did the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and the daily strip that was in the newspapers.
Yep. Great artist.
He was a huge hero of mine. Between him and Frank. And if you watch the documentary, you find out that a lot of the work that Frank Frazetta and all of them did, they would help each other if they were on a deadline. And Frank would do the characters on his stuff. Al would come in and do objects rooms and things like that. And Bernie would do the backdrops. And so there are comics and strips by Frank Frazetta where you had all three artists, but only one got credit because they were good friends. That's what you do. And I've had that happen on one of my graphic novels. Gary Bedell, a friend of mine in Springfield, Missouri, amazing fucking comic artist. I couldn't believe how many comic artists lived in Springfield. And he happened to be one of my best friends. And he drew part of a page for me because I didn't have time. And I had done the pencils, the roughs, and he went and cleaned it up, and it looked like my artwork. He knew how to copy me. And so it was my one experience of having another artist work with me on something and not get credit for it or paid. He didn't get paid.
Yo, that's. Wait a minute. Vigilante Wilson, it looks like you. Wait a minute. Eric K just said something. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up, but let me just hit these last few comments.
Sure.
Vigilante Wilson, it looks like a car crash. You just got the watch.
That's from a while ago when I was talking about I made my joke about Baron.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Well, shit, that means I missed a whole bunch of shit. All right, well, she's also hot. Very calm, Glinzer says.
Oh, Sarah, gorgeous.
She is, and a great artist, just like her father.
Well, I tell you what. Before we bounce out of here, I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. Yeah, I was showing this to all right, so just hell, fuck it, right?
Oh yes, Dirk Benedict. Love that guy.
So I think that picture.
Yeah, this is him from
before Battlestar Galactica. I think that's like a promo picture of him before Galactica, even.
Yeah, it's a head.
Really young.
Actually, it looks like really it could have been. It could have been him from 18.
And we still have him, man. He just gave up acting.
He lives out in Montana or something? I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the autograph right here, with the certificate of authenticity.
That's fantastic, man. I said, take the picture away.
Yeah, autograph of Clint Eastwood.
Wow.
Yeah, this the real shits, man. Like if I pull this out and put the autograph to the actual, like you can see the marker on the fucking screen with the certificate of authenticity, man. So this is the real Clint Eastwood from way back in the game. As he got older, his autograph got a lot clearer, but this is him though, man. So if you guys are a fan of the X-Files, yeah, fucking Scully and Mulder, yeah, Dave Duchovny and then one that I was showing Baron earlier. Now this is the real shits right here, man.
Oh yeah.
If you see, fuck, man, you can see her autograph. This is from Flash Gordon, and this is really
Flash.
Yeah, and this is really Sam's. Like, even if you look at the bottom of his autograph, he puts Flash. This Sam Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sitting on his lap too. I know he was fucking.
Oh yeah,
he was fucking rocked up when she did that shit.
Mm.
If he didn't rock up, something was wrong with his ass. Yeah, if she'd have sit on me, I'd have bricked up.
Honestly, speaking of which, looking at the picture, it looks like he rocked up and he's like, "Does you notice?" And he's
like, awkward. He's looking like, yo, if they wouldn't taken a picture, I would have fucking like, yo.
He looked like he's trying to keep it professional when he ready to go. That's what his face looked like.
You know what's fucked up is she still looks good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like even now, like
Such a dildo is so great. He says, "I don't buy that those autographs that are real because nobody in Hollywood can write." Such a dildo. Never change. Well, it doesn't look like anyone in Hollywood could write, but apparently they can sign their names.
Yo, yeah, like I say, this is real shit right here, man. This ain't this ain't no bullshit right here, man. This is like they really autographed this motherfucker. You could see the marker coming off of this shit. Look at that shit, man. Mm-hmm. Yo, if this shit was fake, you wouldn't even see the fucking marker like glisten off of this. Like this is real as fuck, man. This
it's real. That was just dildo being a dildo.
Yeah,
but he was saying that Hollywood can't write, which is that part is true. They definitely cannot write anymore.
Well, fucking thing, she's not from Hollywood.
There you go.
Yo, no, her shit.
Cool. I think she's Italian. She's got that.
Yeah, I think she is, man. Yo, she's fucking smoking hot, man. Like you could look her up right now and you'd be like, I mean, I know she's all for baby mama material, but she'll definitely she can do the work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yo. Yeah, but yeah, I've been you'd be surprised how much I've been fucking finding these and getting these autograph pictures, like, you know, for instance, like, you know, with this one with Kirk Douglas, like this is like people was like, yo, like he passed when he was what, like 102, 103? Kirk Douglas?
Something like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yo, this is the real shits. Like if you look at the like you fuck, man, I don't give a fuck. Like if you look at yeah, this is real Kirk Douglas autograph, man. Been fucking yeah, man. It's like I've been finding a lot of these autographs and you know, with the certificate of authenticity and the whole shit, a lot of them been going for like $3-4. And you'd be surprised, man. You know, ever since the pandemic hit, comic books and a lot of things that you would have thought were a lot of things you would have thought that you couldn't afford.
Mm-hmm. Dude.
Look at that shit. You could see Stan. Look at this. Stan on a throne. You could tell he was at a Comic-Con. But yeah,
I think he lived at Comic Cons.
Yeah, man. But this is
That's how I met him.
Yeah, so this is my third Stan Lee autograph. I got 2 on comic books. I got 1 autograph on Web of Spider-Man issue number 1 autograph, and then I got a Battlestar Galactica issue number 8 from the 70s autograph.
Yeah.
And then is this. So, along with that,
da 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 da, bum bum.
So there you go. It's fucking cool as fuck when you got Ed O'Neill talking about your pal Al Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is real shit,
dope.
man. So with that, I wanted to show you guys that, you know, there's a lot of pop culture going on around here. There's a lot of good stuff happening, even though there's a lot of fucked up woke shit going on. You know, we got to be mindful of what's fucked up, but at the same time, we got to be, open to all the good shit that's coming on. So I know that's very little to none, but there's things happening, and we got to be mindful. And if anything, with all this stuff that I just showed y'all, you got to be, you got to remember what has came. And sometimes in order for us to go forward, we gotta look backwards. But at the same time, in order for us to get good entertainment for the future, even though it looks a little bleak, we still got to stay hopeful and know that every corner, it's not woke, going, hitting every corner of what we love and what we love and what we enjoy. So, it's like I say, man, it's I hate woke shit. We're all very adamant about not believing in that shit, but at the same time, if there's not any kind of good things going on at the present, there's nothing wrong with going back and looking at what was good. And to be honest, look, fucking Al Bundy, one of the last of the real motherfuckers that we would ever see fucking cross regular television, that in 2022 married with children would never survive. So with that, he's hopeful in knowing that, hey, even with whatever the fuck state that we're in right now, there's still some things that we still have to cover. There's still going to be some good things coming for our future. And I'm pretty excited for the simple fact that we're still here to fight the fight. Everything's not going to be woke. And with that, I'm pretty happy with that. So I know that sounds pretty simple, but it is what it is. And whatever the woke mentality is on entertainment, that shit's failed since the beginning, and it won't last. Even your best woke shit that people will give a chance to, it ain't gonna survive. So, with that, I would like to say, we're the Primetime Kings. With our guest Gary, my boy Baron Norman Tag, my brother Vigilante Williamson. I'm your boy 24/7. Like to give a shout out to Fat Steven Seagal.
Yeah, the citizen journalist extraordinaire, Fat Steven Seagal, man.
Fat fucking Steven,
killing
man.
it, bro.
Yeah, he's been on it since everything started in Canada, and he's been fucking riding it all the way out. And to be honest, I don't expect any less from him, because, like I told him before, this the most focused that I've seen him in quite a while. And the thing is, he's
better than mainstream media right now. That's what he is.
I want to sit back and say, he's showing us how a true journalist should be.
Yeah, he's a legit citizen journalist. I meant that with no jest. Shout out to Fat
I know
Steven.
I'm
proud of him. I'm hella proud of dude, man.
I am
hella proud of dude, and I can't help but to think back. Similar. He's
okay. He's okay.
Yeah, great. But no, he was getting tired of the political stuff. Didn't really want to do it. He was trying to make his channel mainly just him being a gamer, but he got pulled into it, and I'm glad to see him have some success. And he's done a great job. I've watched way more Fat Stevens coverage than any other creator on the whole.
Me too. Me
situation.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I've not seen as much anyone Fat Stevens. He does a great job. So we know he's too busy citizen journalism to instead of primetime kinging. Hopefully he comes back. I know he got stuff,
will.
you know.
Yeah, he will. He already talked to us. Yeah, he said he said once all this subsides, he'll be back. But for now,
I understand though. This is important.
It's his country, and he's doing his due diligence. I'm proud of him for what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Me too.
Yeah, I told him that when I was on his channel.
Yeah, he's and shit. Even if by the time we get off, he might be having something going on right now. So
and those are 12-hour streams. He's going all day with these things.
Yeah, he's relentless with it. But we wouldn't expect anything less from Fat Steve. So
no.
But with that, I want to say hail to Mad's Mama Bear. She said, "Hola, papi." Hey y'all. Everybody saying what's up to Mad's Mama Bear. Want to say what's up to Glenzer. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here because we've been almost 3.5 hours. So we want to tell everyone out there, keep your heads up. Keep doing what you're doing. Whether you're doing YouTube or you're doing something else out there in the world, keep pushing, push hard. Remember that there's only one of you. Just make sure that whatever your hustle is, whatever you got going on, you keep your eyes on the prize. Don't let all the hardships of the world get you down. Make sure that that we all love you out there and that you are important to us. And we're thankful that you have sat there and you spent time with us. You could have been anywhere in the world doing anything you wanted to do, watching whatever show, enjoying whatever experience that you have in front of you, but you chose to sit here and spend time with us, and we're thankful for it. So with that, we'd like to say thank you to everybody. And we're the Primetime Kings. Fat Steven Seagal, Baron Norman Tag, Vigilante Williamson. I'm your boy 24/7 with our guest, Gary from Pop Culture Minefield. I'd like to give a shout out to Keith Moncrief. And with that, we love you guys. You take it easy. And thank you for everything. And we're out. Peace.
Peace. Love you all.
Peace.